tout le monde, c'est moi, Zecke, back from France, totally assimilated. Oh my god, I jump scared myself with Tenchi. Oh my, why is that here? Hi. Oh god, okay. Hi gamers, the creature. He jump scared me. Did you hear that? Oh my goodness, Tenchi. I missed him while I was gone. Totally assimilated into the French culture is what I was saying. Le chien. No way. Hello gamers, I hope you've been well. I know, it's been a long time since we've last seen each other. I'll run through the names that I've seen in chat. Welcome to stream today. Bogdan, Warren, Angel, Soul as well. Angel, yes. Caliban, Theo, Seppo with the Hallöchen. Very, very patented, very good, very strong, very powerful. Hello, Greed. Hello, Billy. Hello, Lord Theo. Did I say your name already? Perhaps I did. Hello, Evan. Long time no see. Oh, definitely. We also didn't see each other for like a week. For sure. Definitely not. Something like that. It's a cozy tench. But he's just chilling. He's being cozy. But I forgot that he was there, so... I was a little bit surprised to see him looking at me with those pretty eyes of his that he sure does have. There he is, the goodest of the boys. I mean, it is Halloween, isn't it? It is Halloween. And it's gonna be Halloween. It's not quite Halloween yet. I mean, Halloween is technically only one day. But it is Halloween month, but it is Halloween month the entire month. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But was I a good guest? Oh my god. Review time? I mean, of course I was a good guest, but Evan was an even better host, so. Oh, the best guest. So cute. So I was in France. Hello, Hal. Welcome. I'm doing amazing. I had a good time. I've rested now after the travels too, because I mean, being in France is nice, but traveling 20 hours by bus and train is less nice. A little bit marginally less nice, I would have to say. Good morning and welcome back. Good morning. Yeah, next month is, of course, No Nut November, which is a mandatory thing, mandated by in Germany, mandated by the Green dictatorship. That is a part of their of the dictatorship that they do have in the country, for real. But we're not doing we're not doing politics just yet. We're just chit-chatting, because once we get into the political stuff today, it's not gonna be funny anymore, so we're just not gonna talk about it yet until we get to it. You know what I mean? We'll see when that is. Because I have a lot of other stuff to talk about too. Just a reminder. Of course. Very important, of course. Hello, Eule. Did I say hello to you? Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to you guys too. I mean, I will mention it a little bit. You know, it's good that when you are a VTuber or a content creator of any variety, you go do vacation a little bit. You go away in any capacity. Immediately, the most, like, important stuff ever happens. Immediately. Like, I clicked stop streaming on Friday and immediately. At least that's what it felt like. Did I go to the Eiffel Tower? No, I was not in Paris. I don't know if I want to reveal the city to which I have been. I have not put any pictures of, like, the city in here. It's a big enough city that it wouldn't be, like, doxing anybody's location, really. Because, like, if I said I lived in Berlin, you wouldn't know how to find me any more than if I say I live in Germany, but I don't know. Hello, dog. Hello. Hi, Siska. Ah, shucks. I'm back from France. How was workout the last 10 days? Non-existent, aside from walking a lot. Because I feel like a douche if I like, I don't know, jump up into action in the morning and pump out push-ups or something. I don't know. Oh, you're just discovering my VTuber. You found me from Twitter. Hell yeah, you found me from my fucking yogurt thread on Twitter. That's amazing. I made it myself, of course. I made the model myself. It was great. Yeah. We went up the same amount of stairs in a week. Definitely. Evan's house has stairs, and they're very steep, and I've almost perished plenty of times. So I'm glad I didn't, though. I'm glad I'm back to streaming, too. Thoughts are very scattered because I have a lot, to talk with you guys. But it's fine. We have time. Don't worry. Warren says, I'm telling you, it's the anchor that keeps everything from going to chaos. It's true. We need to pray more to the goddess Zecke. This is so true. This is so accurate. The moment I leave, things go really, really bad somewhere else in the world. So, Happy I found your weakness. Well, but alas, you have to keep in mind, I did not perish on the stairs. Even though it felt like I would, it felt kind of like an inevitability that at some point I would in fact perish on the stairs, but I didn't. So there we go. Through the art and the yogurts and the yogurts. Well, that's a good way to find out about me, I think, because I do like my art a lot, and I sometimes do art streams, so that's nice too. Woof woof, it's mandatory for viewers to donate blood. It is true, it happens passively as soon as you tune in though, so you don't have to worry about that. Hi Tanji, yeah, truly, the stairs were the workout. It was a leg week, I woke up yesterday? Yes, on Sunday. I woke up on Sunday. Did I wake up on Sunday? I did. I woke up on Sunday feeling absolutely beat. Not really in my legs though, to be honest, but like the travel back, I was in one bus. I'm gonna complain about the travel a bunch now before talking about the nice stuff I actually did in France, because I'm German and I have to complain, so obviously. So for the last trip back, I was in one bus for 10 hours. That is not okay. That is not good. I can feel, I think it's kind of done now. Yeah, Tenji, I know, right? I'm talking to the screen again. You didn't have that for like a week and you felt better probably. No, I think he's pretty ambivalent to it, honestly. Yeah, that was not good. My neck and shoulders hurt. Hi, Crow, hello. X showed me the yogurts Zed for 5 days. Very good. I mean, I did update it all the time, so that makes sense. Are they thick? Any big muscles in them? Calves, mainly. Calves. The calves are a bit trained, sort of, kind of. Anyway, that's why I haven't been anemic the last week. No streams. True. You may be, that is a side effect of watching the channel, is that you might become anemic. We should put that as a warning somewhere. Actually, legally, that would be good if we had a warning up somewhere. But I like to just kind of sweep it under the rug. Personally, I don't really talk about that much. We will get to it. I'll make a tier list, Billy. I'm making a tier list. I'm making a tier list later on when we scroll through the pictures a little bit. There were updates? Yes, it's a whole thread. That's why the yogurt tweet kept popping up. It's because it's a whole thread. You gotta check the yogurt thread. It's important. Yeah, the tier list is coming. I actually found one. I didn't even have to make that one. I was very surprised this morning when I woke up. After that, when I found out there is a Maminova tier list on the tier list website. So that's great. That is pretty great. There's so many good yogurts. There's many amazing yogurts. Crow also says, I'm babysitting my sister again, so just popping in to wish for a nice stream. Thank you. Have a nice time babysitting your sister. We're gonna be concerning ourselves with nice news relating to my personal life for like the good first half of stream and then getting into other stuff. There's so many yogurts. The fact that the tier list exists is crazy. Also, this tier list, I didn't eat all of these yogurts, not even at all. I had like 5 different ones, I think. I think there was 5 different ones in there. And, yeah, there's way more than that on the tier list. The yogurt is essential to the channel lore. It is. It's very important. This is my VTuber lore. It's deeply entrenched in yogurt. Oh my god, imagine a yogurt VTuber. I mean, honestly, at this point, anything can be a VTuber. Have you heard about the new cockroach VTuber in VShoujo and who that might possibly have been at some other point in their lifetime? Because I have, vaguely, a little bit. I've seen like one clip and I've seen a lot of tweets. So I do in fact know about that. You refuse to buy and try some. I mean, I'm not gonna try the coconut. Yeah, you saw her. We know the cockroach VTuber. Everything's possible. Honestly, more bug VTubers. But can I be really real for a second? Can I be like really real for a second? And this is just my personal opinion. I'm not like the biggest fan of the design. I've seen the model around and I'm not the biggest fan of it. But you know, doesn't matter. Like, really does not matter. As long as the streams are still funny and like the personality is the same, it doesn't matter. Caliban says, I'm cooking at the moment, so no idea how much I can participate without typing with dirty hands. Oh, be careful. Don't like get oil on your devices. That's not a good idea. It is, in fact, the reincarnation of Kafka. Waiting for it. Ooh, I just got a text message that I will respond to now for a second. It's stream related. I have to focus a little bit. 1 second. It's because it's stream related for later. Good. Sorry, I had to focus. If the bedbug VTuber isn't French, I'll rebel. Yes, actually, you're right. Also, talking about that, I did not bring any bedbugs home. That did not occur. I was very cautious. Didn't bring a single bedbug back home. As a matter of fact, I have solved the problem. I went to France in order to solve the problem. You know, this was actually a business trip, and I went down there and immediately completely solved the problem. There is not a single bedbug in France anymore. And if anybody tells you anything different, it's misinformation. Don't worry about it. I haven't even seen one, to be fair. The city that we were in has like plastic subway furniture, so they wouldn't really thrive down there, but you know, whatever. Already our first Rob Zombie remix cover was great. Rob Zombie remix cover is a great lineup of words, by the way. Absolutely loving it. Oh, you live in oh god, am I gonna say this right? Probably not. Breton? We don't have bedbugs. It's too far. Good. Slay. Good for you. I mean, also true for all of France now that I've been there and exterminated all of them. So I'm gonna tell you about my travels. I'm gonna show you pictures too. Let's go over to the screen where you can see pictures, because pictures are fun. We love pictures. Oh my god, it's my second screen. Amazing. So I'm not gonna get into the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure yet, but I will show you briefly that there was a huge shelf with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure like manga on it, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, the region has other issues. They couldn't add bed bugs on top of it. I see. Breton, not to be confused with Grand Breton. True. I mean, yeah, obviously. So my travels were arduous but worth it. Is my good verdict after traveling to France and back. Both times took about 20 hours. I think back took a little bit less because I had to travel to Frankfurt. I can tell you that now that I'm not there anymore. I had to travel to Frankfurt to get into my Flixbus, which is already like, that's like 50% of the travel, especially because I had to travel with the German railway system. The DB, Deutsche Bahn, the worst, simply the worst part of life you can experience as any person, as a German too. You don't want to travel with the DB. It's not fun. I wouldn't I wouldn't recommend. It's fine. Sometimes it's okay, but they do love to screw you over. Actually, I have to give a little bit of credit where credit is due. These guys, they did okay. I didn't expect it because they often fuck up. And on the way home, they did fuck up. But on the way to France, they actually didn't fuck up, which then resulted in me having 4 hours in Frankfurt, which is not great. Because you don't want to be in Frankfurt that long. Because I planned in, oh, maybe a train is going to get cancelled. Maybe a train is going to be late. I'm going to miss a connection. So I need buffer time. I need at least 3 hours of buffer time. So I got 4 hours in the end, you know, 4 hours of buffer time. Because I was really worried. Because if I missed that fucking bus, that would have been very bad. I wouldn't have gotten to France at all. And I guess I would have just had to go home. I don't really know what I would have done, to be honest. So I planned in 4 hours. 4 hours of buffer time. And didn't need any of them because it arrived on time. Is Frankfurt a city you want to avoid? 100% yes. 1,000,000% yes. Can you say Montan? I don't know. Is it Montan? I don't know. Euler says, DB once printed my ticket wrong and I got fined for it. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about correct, yes. Siska says, when you say arduous, it makes me think that you look leaner and more haggard now. Yeah, for 100%, of course. So yeah, 680 minutes delay due to short-time personal issues. Thank you for your patience and for choosing Deutsche Bahn. That's 11 hours and 20 minutes, by the way. Yeah, that happens. BlaBlaCar is also an option, right? But I travel with a combination of... Because I travel with DB, with the German railway system, because I have a ticket for it, right? I have the Germany ticket. I find the Germany ticket very good. The only reason, you know, that it's not so good is because of the delays. But, you know, I have it in order to do you know, transportation within my own city as well, and I pay for it, so that means I don't have to spend any extra money if I'm using it. So I just tried to go as far as I could within Germany to get to a point where I can then get into a cheap Flixbus to France, and that worked out. 4 hours with yourself, McDonald's fries, and 1984. This is so true. This is so true. So I was in Frankfurt. And I wasn't just in Frankfurt. Germans, my fellow Germans, listen up. I wasn't just in Frankfurt. I was in Frankfurt from like, I don't know, 11 to 3 a.m. or something stupid like that. I don't 100% remember. It was like around midnight is the important part. Not great. Not a good idea. Not a safe idea, frankly. But you know, I'm getting buff, so I wasn't afraid. I was there anyway, and I was just sitting in the McDonald's for like half of that time reading my book. And then I went to the bus station reading my book and saying no to anybody who approached me with any questions about anything. Because no. Yeah, just around midnight in Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof. That is not a problem at all. Main station. Hessen auf die Eins, baby, let's go. Hessen number 1. Siska says, babes, if I could just cycle everywhere, I'd be faster, more reliable, and my glutes would also get toned AF. That is very true. That's very true. I'm assuming the bad Frankfurt, not Oder. Yeah, Frankfurt am Main. Frankfurt at the Main River, near the Hauptbahnhof. Like, I want to paint a picture for those of you who are not familiar with the city, but just a little bit. You know, we don't need to harp on it for too long. But the circumstances are not great. They're like, Frankfurt has a giant problem with, I don't really know what they use. I do know they use heroin for sure, because I walked past some people who were having a very heated debate about whether or not to take the heroin they had like gotten, because they were like, well, but what if it's not clean? Anyway, there's a very, very big drug problem in Frankfurt, and you can see that, especially if you're ever at the main station, because if you step outside, yeah, you will notice. It is impossible not to notice. It is incredibly impossible not to notice. I'm pretty sure it's considered one of the more dangerous spots in Germany, where you wouldn't want to be alone at night necessarily, but not for me though. It doesn't bother me though. I'm strong, independent, and going to France. Actually, Frankfurt has a giant problem with bankers. That is very true. Yeah, people just wanted autographs. Yeah, the people came up, they were like, oh my god, it's you, the VTuber that I watch for my news? And I'm like, how the fuck would you know that? That happened all the time. That happened so often, and I was just like, no, I'm not them. I don't know them. Yeah, the main station is legendarily bad. Right, yeah, basically. I'm simply too powerful for the city, though, because nothing bad happened to me. I was just vibing. Same on the way back, but on the way back, I also came through Frankfurt, but I was only there for like 5 minutes or something. I don't know. And also in the middle of the day, so that's pretty good. Not my scared ass going over there. Oh my god, are you going? Be careful. Like I said, nothing happened to me, so, you know, you're probably fine. Nothing's gonna happen to you either. Hi, Chris, if you are going. Haha, Warren, that is so funny. Did you make sure to get hydrated during your journey? No, not at all. Not at all. But on the way back, yes, a little bit, because Evan is actually very good on that and tells me, hey, drink water. And I say, okay, fine. And then I do drink water, and I'm a less dehydrated gamer. But while I was alone on the way there, before being indoctrinated into water, it was an extremely dehydrated journey, just like I like it. I mean, it is my preference, after all. But on the way back, I had like a huge bottle of water with me, and I did even drink some of it. Crazy, I know. That's wild. Hi, Cassie. Hello. How has been my time has been great. My travels have been arduous, but that's fine. I would do it again, like, literally any day. I don't regret, like, any part of it. My neck did hurt on the way back because I had to sleep in a Flixbus for 10 hours-ish. That was rough a little bit, but honestly not that bad. I mean, I'm a trans girl, everything is scary, so this train station, no. Fair. If you can avoid it, I definitely would avoid it. But, like, if you walk past quickly, don't look anybody in the eye, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. Siska says, oh my god, have I told you how Ronnie went to buy water and got sparkly water on accident? Oh, that's such a Germany experience, isn't it? Oh no. I'll go with you next time, Billy. I don't fear death. Very good. Do a little, like, make a bond, help each other out. Like I said, you can brave the scary things. It's like a German, they're always hydrating with beer. I don't drink any beer. Beer is a terrible way of staying hydrated too. Yeah, I bet. Also, when I was at Frankfurt main station at like midnight-ish, I went to the toilet there. Because, you know, they have a toilet there. Nice. In Germany, oftentimes, basically all the time, you have to pay, you know, a little bit to go to public toilets, which generally ensures that they're a little bit cleaner and nicer. It was clean, all right. It wasn't bad. It was, even in Frankfurt main station, it wasn't that bad. So I was in the women's toilet and stuff, washing my hands, and like some dude walked in. some dude walked in and went through all of the trash. Like just next to, like, in the sink area, there was a lot of trash, like containers, and he was just pulling out the I don't know, the stuff that the towel, like that the toilet paper is on, the little rolls, the toilet paper rolls, and also the hand paper rolls. He was pulling those out and collecting them and just kind of pacing around the room a little bit. Didn't look at me. I didn't look at him. I just left. It's fine. But that is also something that happened. Active recycling. You gotta respect it. Probably. Hi, Serrera said. Hello, I am good. I am well. No Oktoberfest, not for me, gamer, not for me. No. I would rather be in many other places than Oktoberfest, even if I drank beer, I think. Even if I did drink beer, I wouldn't do so on the Oktoberfest necessarily. Not for me. Not my type of like vibe, personally. But other than that, so I was also at Cologne Airport for a while because the Flixbus, when I was traveling to France, I traveled with 2 Flixbuses, one going to Cologne Airport, then I had to stay there for like an hour, 2 hours, I think it was, and then the other one traveling to the location that I need to go to. Yay. I love to get drunk on your love. That's real. The only drug you need is love. Otherwise, stay sober. This is a pro-sobriety channel now. I don't know. We made the switch now. Anyway, so I was there. It was cold. I was walking around a bench. It was a pretty long bench. 2-meter bench, 3-meter bench, 4-meter bench? Something like that. But definitely more than 2, though. I'm bad at estimating, like, the size of benches, I guess. So I was walking around this bench with my book. I was reading 1984 still. And just walking circles relentlessly. I only had to stop once people wanted to sit on the bench, which was a bummer. Also, like, it was a metal bench and it was so cold. I don't know how the fuck people wanted to sit on that, but fine for me. I don't mind. You were on a beer carousel last year. That was fun. I'm sure I like attractions as well. I like Rummel, you know, like a little carnival thing that comes to your town with attractions, with little rides and everything that you can do. I love those. Just like the vibes of a lot of drunk German guys is not my favorite, you know. Billy can remember going from North France to South with Flixbus. It was painful. But, like, I like Flixbus, though. I like it. Like, it is a little bit painful because, like, you're sitting in a seat for 10 hours sometimes. I mean, if you're all the way from north of France to all the way to south of France, that's probably even more than 10 hours, I could imagine. Depends where exactly. So that is painful. But, like, generally, I like the vibe of Flixbus. They're pretty reliable. So far, all of my Flixbus journeys, and I've taken a lot, have been pretty reliable, and they're cheap. And they're cheap as hell. It was so cheap to go to France, especially with the 50 euro ticket. I don't have a euro sign on my keyboard, and it's sad. Euro ticket. With the 50 euro ticket, like, if you imagine that is just a fixed price thingy that you pay anyway, so like it's basically free. If you imagine it like that, the trip was very cheap. Volition, success. This is a pro-sobriety channel now. Yeah. Thank you for your euro symbol. That's so sweet. I never know where to find the... Oh no, it's gone. Did I not copy it correctly? Copy it. Oh no. Oh wait, they're just white. Ah, they're just white. There they are. Why are they white? What happened? Euro. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm pretty sure right alt... Jesus Christ, there's 2 plus E. Oh, you're right. There is a euro symbol there, but I don't know how to get to it. Is it this one? Thank you. I found my euro symbol. It is on the E. I never looked at it that closely. I don't know why. You're correct. It's on the E. Cool, good to know. You bimbo. I never looked down there. I always imagined that it would be like next to the dollar symbol or something, but it's not next to the dollar symbol. It's on the E. I never looked at that closely. Not once in my life have I looked at that more closely. I'm leaving. What do you mean? Where are you leaving to? Stay. Thank you. You've shown me the euro symbol. That's amazing. Wow, euros. Good job, gamers. I didn't know there was one. I always fucking Googled it or did like euro, like something like that. I don't know. There really is a euro symbol right there, huh? It's good, it's good. Alt 145 is cute too. Oh yeah, there's like combinations that you can like do, right? I don't know how to anymore though. Like numbers, like I don't know. Alt and like the numpad or something like that, right? Oh, I should stop pressing random numbers, maybe. Maybe I should. It removed my fucking tab. Let's go back. Anyway. Yeah, not everybody has a euro symbol on their laptop, but in Germany we do. What is the euro symbol after all, if not a deformed E? Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was just like a weird secondary E. I never looked any closer to see that it was in fact a euro symbol. I think I made a little dot, but it also did something else because the numpad also does something. Anyway, discovering the keyboard another day, perhaps. Although that would be a good stream because I do in fact not know very much. I don't know very much. Okay, wait, I have to respond once more to my friend who has sent me a message that you will hear later if you stick around for the Palestine segment. Zecke learns how to type. Yay! Typing stream. Honestly, the keyboard is a big mystery, isn't it? Sorry, I need to get off of this tangent. It's so bad. Chris says, I refuse sobriety. I don't care how many times I forget where the euro symbol is on my keyboard. Did you know, though? Did you know? Keys tier list when? Oh, I have opinions. I have opinions on that. I could. Learning the alphabet stream when? A, B, C. No, I am very familiar with the alphabet. Thank you very much. Book report, by the way, as I've mentioned, I've been reading... Can't even highlight anything anymore. I've been away from this keyboard for like a week too. It always feels weird. By the way, another tangent. If you've ever been like on a trip for like a week away from your own home computer and then you come back to your home computer, doesn't it feel weird? Your computer feels really weird. Just like looking at the screen feels really weird, especially if you've looked at another screen at somebody else's place in that duration. It's like extremely alien looking at your computer for like, I don't know, an hour and then it's back to normal. Mm-hmm. It's the Zecke book report. Yeah. Yep. We already did a letter tier list. Yeah, the key tier list wouldn't be too far off. I bet there's a key tier list. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. So yeah, that's a little tangent. Do you feel that? Have you ever experienced this? Computer looks weird. Computer feels weird. No? Just me? Okay. Book report. I read 1984. Woo! Not done, though, by the way, because I didn't read during the entire journey, just when I was standing around at train stations, specifically. 1984. Yay! I'm like halfway through-ish. Billy says, as an autist, why did I read it like that? Autist, I had to check when the euro symbol was created. 1996, I think. It's slightly behind this heart that I have on my chat, so it's hard to read what's at the very end of sentences sometimes. Yes, there it is. That was my useless info drop. It's like slightly, a couple years older than me then. 3 years, depending on when in the year it was created. Interesting. Cassie says we must escape the screens every once in a while, or we might as well just start dating them. It's true, though. It's nice to be, well, I was gonna say, it's nice to be away from the screens. I was away from my screen. Was I away from the screens? Debatable. We watched a lot of streams together in France. But like, I had fun, though. I had fun. 3 years older than us, Warren. Yes, we weren't. We weren't away from screens in general. No, I wouldn't say so. Another fun fact in regards to the euro symbol that Chris is offering. The euro symbol is based on the Greek letter epsilon. That is epsilon? What the fuck? That's wrong in my mind. With the first letter in the word, yeah, Europe. And with 2 parallel lines signifying stability. No, I mean, could be more stable, but yeah, it's pretty stable. It's fine, I suppose. You were introduced to more French Twitch, and we also watched YouTube. Yes, we did. Screens were very involved. Screens were pretty involved. It's true. You know, you will find a lot of like-minded spirits in this community, I think, Billy. So it's absolutely fine. A lot like, I feel like that energy will resonate very much around here. So, you know, stability. Looking at you, Greece. Yeah, it's, you know, it's a bit tricky. Anyway, 1984 is pretty fun. It's not like my favorite or anything so far. Like I said, I'm like halfway through. I don't know if the second half gets any better. It's okay, especially like part 1. It's split up into 3 parts, if you know. So part 1 was nice. Part 1 was setting up the world and introducing us to all these concepts that are sort of new, but not really, because through like media osmosis, we already know all of these ideas and have heard like parodies of them, because 1984 did a lot of stuff that people parodied a lot in the future, so it feels very familiar when you read it now. Hello, LB! I had a good visit in France. I had a very good visit in France. Feels very familiar, not in a bad way. It feels pretty, like, straightforward, I feel like, which is also not a bad thing. Just not really what I'm used to as much. I don't read that much. I don't know why I'm saying used to, honestly. Now, the second part, I'm like, I'm not fucking with as much. I'm not fucking with as much. First part equals good, straightforward. Know this. I know this. Define doublethink. Oh god, I know. I remember that fucking definition, like, theory. Doublethink, the word doublethink in and of itself is doublethink. I like how you're already, do you know the German terminology for that? And newspeak. I like all the little new words that they made for the thing. Do I remember a lot of them? Not necessarily, but like newspeak in general. Very funky concepts. Lots of cool concepts. I find them very cool. Second part, however, is where I'm like currently at and not enjoying myself as much. Second part is where the romance comes in. It doesn't really feel like romance because it just kind of happens. I feel like that can be the point though. Depends on how it like develops. I find the way those two characters interact very strange, and I don't really know what I as the reader am supposed to feel for them very much. If you know, you know. Also, yeah, of course, the way that she is described and everything can be a little bit off-putting at times, but you know, not to like an outrageous degree or anything, just a bit. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm not even through the second part, so I can't say much more than that. I have brought more books home too, so I don't know. I really need to read more because I have so many books, and now I have books that I've lent all the way from France. So I gotta get through those so I can give them back at some point, right? Yeah, part 2, I'm not feeling so sure about. Part 3, who knows? I don't know. Third part, who knows? It's in the future. I really don't, I cannot tell where the story is going because so far it doesn't really seem like anything big is going to happen. I love that I'm not spoiled for the story of 1984. I only know the concepts of 1984, not the story. So like all of part 1 was pretty familiar, like I said. It's like, I don't think they're gonna do any like big revolutionary shit or anything like that. I just wonder how it's going to conclude. Not a spoiler because I don't know, but I would guess they're probably gonna die at the end. I don't know. It feels like, because like I said, a positive outcome is kind of unlikely given the setup and the development thus far. So I'm assuming they're just gonna die at the end in the way that they've been talking about for a while. So I can get your opinion. True! I gotta give you my thoughts on the books that you've lent me. That is true. That is true. That is a good reason, actually, to get into reading them. Cassie says there's also, there are some booktubers I can recommend to you. Their stuff is amazing. I've watched some booktube before, actually. I find booktube very nice, because the thing about books that I find challenging as a person who may or may not have ADHD, maybe, I don't know. We don't know this. Might not be the case. Probably not the case. Who knows? Anyway, the thing I find challenging about books is that I can only do, like, one thing when I'm reading a book. Like, I cannot read a book and paint a painting. I cannot read, well, unless I listen to an audiobook. That's kind of the hack, but like, is that reading? I mean, kind of, but not really. Not actually. Anyway, you would still get the information, but I want to read actual books because it's nice. But also, again, you cannot paint a painting while you're reading a book. You cannot play Tetris while you're reading a book. Big problem with books is that you can't play Tetris or Osu while reading them. Jesus Christ, you're so German, Bill. What the huh? What do you mean I'm not why am I not allowed to be productive while doing this? It's not necessarily productive. It could be playing Tetris. Playing Tetris is by its definition very unproductive. That's why I like to pair it up with listening to videos and doing something else. I just like to do multiple things, alright? Alright. May. Evan. Billy says I didn't read 1984, but I literally discovered 1Q84, which I think is inspired. Oh, it must be, right? It must be. That's Murakami, right? I haven't read that either. Am I correct? Maybe. Just don't do multitasking. Jesus Christ. What do you mean just don't do multitasking? I will get bored if I don't do multitasking. Obviously. Evan says you're the attention deficit in attention deficit disorder. Excuse me, I'm super attention. I love attention, so therefore this couldn't possibly be the case. What do you mean that doesn't mean that, huh? Crazy. Siska says, I'm wasting my time. I'm only doing this one thing for myself. I could be doing two things for myself. You're right. You would like for me to narrate. See, honestly, though, this could be a thing we could do. In my low voice, honestly, maybe I could just read you a book. And by doing so, I could read a book and also be streaming at the same time, which makes it two things at once. Which one would we want to read? Anyway, hello, Bruck Corruption, hello. Fahrenheit 480, do you say 451? 451 is similar to 1984. It's also about censorship and like, that much I know. It's about censorship. Book burning happens in it. And is it in a dystopia? Probably. And makes it copyright infringement. I could read Les Mis. That's probably in the public domain. I would have to read something in the public domain, that is true. But I like classics. We could read Ulysses. Is that in the public domain? Some of these are, okay. Hi Nessie, hello, welcome back to me being back. Just laughing my head over Jiffy GIFs. My humor is broken at this point. Jiffy GIFs have a variety of content to offer, so there you go. Seppo doesn't like Fahrenheit 451. I have never read it, so I don't know. I don't know if just reading a book on stream is allowed. If it's public domain, yes. You're right, it would have to be public domain. But, like, that's not impossible. There's cool books in the public domain. Is Les Mis in the public domain? Probably not, right? Or yes, probably yes. I don't know how old a book needs to be in public domain. Is Les Mis in the public domain? I don't know how old a book needs to be in the public domain. I'm guessing yes, right? It must be. Probably. I don't know. What's the cutoff point? How old do you need to be for that? Read Kafka first. We could do Kafka. It's old as shit. I'm sure it's fine. It is. If the public domain is pretty communist. I would agree with that. I would agree with that sentiment. Good. It is. Just wanted to check. I guess it's a dumb question. I think it's only like 100 years or something, right? I don't know. Or is it more? Doesn't matter. Maybe we'll do that one time. Maybe not. We shall see. So, in France, I went to a bookshop. We're keeping on book talk right now because that's a theme, so that's nice. It's kind of similar. Most of the dystopian ones don't end well, though. Yeah, just read The Hunger Games instead. That ends well, right? I watched the movies, right? But I don't quite know what happened at the very end, actually. Like, the very end. Read Das Kapital. I could do that. That's in the public domain. We can do that. So we went to a really big bookstore. That bookshop was really, really large. I enjoyed my time immensely there. There was a huge manga section too, which is one of the places that I took a picture of because I thought, we're in the VTuber space. I might as well show you this picture of a lot of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Look, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. a whole shelf full of it, and there was a lot of other, like, there was a whole, like, area dedicated to it. It was pretty big. There was even an area dedicated to, like, plushies and figurines. They had good figures. They had, like, a forearm sized figure of Link from one of the games, the Breath of the Wild, or the other one, or the newer one, Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know. Is this a JoJo reference? Yes, it is. Oh, you can look up Gutenberg Project. It's full of books, all in the public domain, I believe. Very good. See, we could do reading streams, perhaps, potentially. That would be cute, but I don't know if I would actually want to do that. Maybe. So, the book that I bought in this very big bookshop was an Arsène Lupin book, you know? Is this a reference? Is this a reference to Persona 5? One of my favorite video games with all of my blorbos in it? Is this a reference to that? Kinda. The opposite way around. No, definitely true. So I bought Arsène Lupin with multiple stories in it. The big one on the front cover is Victor de la Brigade Mondaine. And then we have L'Homme à la Peu de Bique, I guess. Me reading French, definitely knowing all the words. And Le I don't know what cabochon. How do you say CH in French? I don't actually know. Chien is chien, so maybe cabochon. Demarode. I don't know any of these words. I know some of these words. So I bought that one in hopes that it'll be like good study material to read. It has pretty big writing on it, so that's nice. I'll put it to my book, on my book, like, tower next to me. Yeah, we don't do the for the yeah, you don't, I know. But like, you ever see a word that you've never seen before and then you just try all of your options that you know from all of your languages? Yeah, it's more like from chien, and then it's sh. That makes sense. You gotta find reference words. Sh as in chat is chien. Sh as in chat is chien. Yes. As in cat and dog. So I bought that one in the bookshop, and the rest we just went and looked around. It's always just sh. That makes a lot of sense. Why would it be anything else? Well, in German, it can be h or k, I guess. But the k is very circumstantial, so I guess it doesn't really matter. And in English, it's ch. I mean, you know that. Why am I telling you this? So that's the only book that I bought from the bookstore there. The rest we just like walked around, and I bought a little souvenir for my mom with it was a little tote bag, because I know, by the way, Evan, my mom liked the souvenir because it's useful. That's why I bought it for her, because it's a useful thing. Because I couldn't get chocolates or sweets or anything for my mom because she doesn't like those. So there we go. Chameleon. Like that. It can be K too, but very rare. Yay, let's go. And Zecke went to France. I need to know, Zecke, yeah. What do they call Doom in France? How would I know? How would I know? I bet they just call it Doom. France doesn't have a word for Doom. So what the hell do they call Doom in France? I'm like, I haven't encountered any Doom-related media when I was in France, but I would just assume it's just Doom, probably. Probably. I have Ich mache Yoga PTSD. You don't want to do yoga. Ich mache Yoga. Yeah, true. We have ich, and then it's noch mach, and then it's mache. What a weird word. You're right. German's weird as fuck. There's people that say Kina und Chemie. Yeah, I know. And Cheops Pyramide? Cheops? Cheops? I don't even know what that word is, but also, yes, people who say China, like for China, and chemie for chemistry, are not alright. What's Pepsi in Portuguese? Pepsi. But like, what is it in Portuguese? Pepsi? French people, what do y'all call Doom Eternal? Doom Eternal. I would have to guess. Oui, le Doom. Yes, I just came back from the country. We gotta be serious about this, alright? Der Untergang in French. Well, Doom. I don't know. Don't ask me. For once, not translated. Yeah, I would assume, honestly, I would assume that. Same name all around. So we were there, The rest is food pictures, but I've gotten more books because I was lent 2 books. I was lent Prism from Noah D. Charles. I mean, if it's a name that could be an English name, I feel weird pronouncing it not English. God, I'm not gonna read the entire back to you because that's way too much, but bienvenue dans le prism. Welcome to the prism. I don't know what happens in here, but it's a thick book, and Evan said I would like it, so now I have it at home. It's French. It's very thick. How many pages is that? Okay, it's actually 400. That's okay, but it's also big. So there you go. Check Quebec. Check if Quebec did, though. They love that. Oh, apparently you guys know. For full French translations of games, that's Canada. I see. Canadian Crimes. Another book I got from France that is in English is a hardcover, by the way. You can hear that it's a hardcover. Yes, I have them all here. Is Hell Followed With Us from Andrew Joseph White. And apparently I would like this one a lot too. Praise for Hell Followed With Us is on the back. Just a bunch of excerpts. A long sustained scream. A glorious, ferocious and scorching blaze, they say. An astonishing and exhilarating debut. Sounds cool. Sounds very cool. Apparently it's like a YA horror, but it feels pretty adult, even though it says young adult on it. So we'll see once I do read it. I mean, the good thing is that I've lent these books all the way from France. The good thing about that is I'm not expected to give them back like super soon. The next time we're gonna see each other is probably gonna be like summer of next year, if I had to guess. So I have some time to complete my task here. I hope that I'll love them too. I mean, the way you described, I probably will, but also I don't read a lot and I'm very specific. But I will tell you all my thoughts about them. I will write you little critiques and everything. I will let you know. But no, I mean, like, it's young adult. So, like, you know what young adult novels are like. I mean, like, well, it could be, it's like gore. It's gory. You know what I mean, Warren? Gory. Read House of Leaves. Now that's a book. I know that that's a book. I am aware. I thought about it. But then, I didn't yet. Maybe one day. Maybe. Again, I don't even read that much. So I don't know if I should, like, get back into the reading circle, the 9th circle of hell, with House of Leaves specifically, but we'll see. We will see. Also, food. We made food. This is important. We made crepes, which, by the way, crepe, like, that's that. I mean, you guys know what crepe is. Or crepes. Some English speakers say crepes. Are pretty similar to German pancakes, but not 100% the same. Like, our pancakes, in quotation marks, our Eierkuchen, egg cakes, are closer to crepes than they are to American pancakes, but still not the same thing. You know, they're like thinner than American pancakes, but they're not as thin as crepes. In the ones that we make at home, there's no butter in it. In crepes, there's butter in it. You know, that sort of thing. Yeah, you guys have butter, therefore better. Butter equals better. Pfannkuchen. Pfannkuchen, it's actually it's Eierkuchen, I'm sorry. Actually, it's Eierkuchen. Let's go. Debate. Oh, no, the crepe versus galette debate? I don't know about that debate. I have never heard this word. Yeah, Evan partial hand reveal. I know, right? Crazy. Doxed your entire everything. The doorbell. I'll be back. Thank you, Eule. You are correct. Also, this was just somebody getting the package that was, like, stored at our place. So it's all good. Whew, I am back. Welcome back. I hurried all the way the 10 steps to the door. No riot. Well, I mean, in honor of France, yes, rioting. You're right. You gotta run. Better run, gamers. Better run. Galette are the dark crepes. Just like Batman, but crepe. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Oh, true. I agreed with you. I don't know, my brain thought, I don't know what my brain thought, I cannot tell you. Welcome back, I'm back. People run, how do you spell people run? Does it not work? Why does it not work? It's not all caps. It's just one capital letter and then there you go. Does it still work in chat? I'm sure it does. Chat taught me that in absence of tick, start fires. I mean, honestly, that's basically what the whole world did when I was gone, so I guess it's true. I guess it's correct. There he is. God, I love this little frog so much. He's so funky. Anyway, I'm back. The person got their package. Very nice. I'm such a good neighbor. Everybody loves us as neighbors. Do we have a dog that loves to bark all the time? Yeah, but like, we're very cool and nice. So we made crepes. They were very tasty. Didn't manage to eat them all. I hope, Evan, you finished them probably later. That's probably what happened. And then I had this drink for the first time. I've never seen this before outside of France. Do you know what this is? You might think, oh, it's peach juice. Kind of. A little bit. 50%, yes. But it's not only peach juice. It is also milk. What? There's milk in it. It's like a milky juice. It is, Siska. It looks dairy because it is. There's milk in it. Wow. And it was so tasty. I loved it so much. It was good. Do not judge. Have it first before you judge. I judged. I looked at it like that in the supermarket. I looked at it exactly like that when I saw it in the supermarket. I was like, milk? There's milk in it? Ugh. But actually, there's milk in it. Woo! Fucking good. It's good shit. It's good shit. You have this here? Maybe we do have this here. I've just never, like, seen it. Maybe it's a North Germany thing. I don't know. It looks like a large, less shitty Actimel. Is Actimel this colorful? I feel like Actimel is more like... Actimel has like a white liquid in it, right? It's juicy yogurt. It kind of is. You probably even enjoy Pilk? No. I tried Pilk. It was not great. Pilk was not great. It's a very, very different experience. It is closer to yogurt, I guess. I mean, if you like fruit yogurts, this shouldn't be too surprising to you. But if you don't like it, then I mean, I cannot help you. Frankly, I cannot help you. When says I miss my grandma's crepe, though they're not the same kind of crepe. We just call them crepe. That is absolutely fine, you know. It's always the best when it's in your family and you have like some nice nostalgic memories tied to the food. Then it tastes better anyway. Oatly has an orange variant. Ooh, for lactose intolerant people. See, go to the store, try it out. A few steps closer to drinking Pilk, right? I have drank Pilk at some point. It's been a while since that was relevant, like, at all. I've done it. It was not fantastic, but you know, I did. I'm sure you have Yop in Germany too, right? Yop. I don't feel terribly familiar with Yop. What is Yop? Have I seen Yop? I will Google Yop on my phone. I don't know why I'm not Googling it anywhere else. Oh. No. No, we don't. At least I've never seen it. Also, it said it was not local. So, no, I have not seen Yop. It's another yogurt drink thing, right? Funnily enough, I don't really like yogurt drinks. But I like this and I like yogurts. Just the in-between stage between Danao and yogurts, I don't like. Liquid yogurt. Yeah, Yop is liquid yogurt, basically. Yeah, don't like those. Surprisingly enough, I do not like those. I do not like to drink my yogurt. I like to eat my yogurt with a spoon. I don't like to drink it. Show Yop. I will show Yop. Okay. Yop, but I'm a little scared that they will show me where to buy Yop near me. You know, when you Google a product and they're like, oh yeah, you can buy it like 5 minutes from your house, which is right here. And it's like, don't tell me that. Yop, is this the correct? Yeah, this is the page. I thought they would have pictures on it on Wikipedia, but alas, they do not. Yeah, it's in Belgium, Canada, France, Ireland, Switzerland, the United Kingdom, and occasionally in the Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, and the United States, but not Germany. They have a variant in Sweden and Norway too, but not in Germany. Not in Germany. By the way, they didn't show me images of it being like near me. This is Yop. I mean, we have stuff like that, but you know. Did they try and kill you with French cheese? No, my friend Evan does not like cheese, so I'm good. I'm vibing. I'm vibing. Yeah, Danao is more like the juice, so it makes more sense that I would like it more, I think. I'm gonna lose my job. Yeah, I'm sorry, this is food talk. There's food talk. I'll show you more. We're gonna get to the tier list and everything. Really went out of their way not to sell in Germany. Yeah, 100%. I wonder if there's something fucked up in there that the German government was like, don't come in here. But who knows? It shall remain a mystery for now. We also had these. Look. If you weren't hungry before, you know, I think this will probably do it. I'm sorry. This is just, look, I ate really good food in France. So this was like, okay, I didn't eat the one in the background, actually, but I did eat parts of the one in the front and the one in the bottom left. Very nice. That was like a lemon and raspberry thing that tasted very good. It was also like a cream thing. Was it custard? I don't know. It was like a thing. It was good. Very tasty. Liked it a lot. And then that thing is like a hazelnut cream thing, and it was very, very nice with roasted little, I don't know if it's hazelnut or almond, actually. I think the stuff on top was almonds, but I'm not so sure. Me when I don't know anything. Sans honoré. Exactly. That. See, listen to Evan. That is what I drew. Exactly. This is what I referenced when I did my Arttober challenge in Discord, over in the Discord. They look very rich. They were. Like, this thing was so good. I love like lemony desserts in baked stuff. Very nice. So I enjoyed that a lot. They are good. Look at them. Look at this nice ass picture that I took of them in their little box too. So fancy. We also had a croissant, and we had a pain au chocolat, and a brioche with chocolate in it as well. And a secret fourth thing, I think, that I forgot about. Oh, it was an apple thing, a filled apple thing. Yeah. There was like sugar on top too. Super sweet, super nice. Delicious looking dessert on screen. Well, the cakes look delicious. I could tell that was coming. Yeah, the apple thing is the croissant aux pommes, because pomme means apple, so I could pain au chocolat or chocolatin. Well, the one was definitely pain au chocolat. I'm fairly certain. The other I don't know what difference that is, though, because I don't know what the second thing is. I don't know if I've seen that. Whatever the bakery says. So here is pain au chocolat. Yes, we're just you know, we're just living in the bakery's world, honestly, at the end of the day. And now I think it is time. I did not try pain Swiss bread. I did not. What would that be? What is that like? Both are the same, just different names depending on the region. I see. Do French people put butter in their croissant? We put yes. Sometimes people put butter in their croissant. I put some jam in my croissant. But honestly, French people, as I've learned, put butter in absolutely everything they can put butter in. Like, anything that is going to be eaten, there may be butter added to it in the process. So, yes. And the butter is baked in anyway. I mean, yeah, that is true. I better get sleeping. Good night. Good night to you. Good night. Jam in your croissant? Yeah, I cut it open and I put jam in it, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure. It was pretty nice. I like cutting a croissant open and putting stuff inside. Just eating it by itself is, of course, nice too. And pain suisse is a croissant full of custard. Oh, that sounds pretty good. I didn't see any of that. It's like a flaky pastry with pastry cream and chocolate chips as well. It's so good. Okay. You can hear that more saliva is in my mouth talking about this than usually. Usually it's already pretty high. I do a lot. But now it's even more. We should get to our yogurt tier lists, maybe. Maybe we should begin with the yogurt tier list. Because personal talk has not ended here just yet. So we should go. How much for it? $50. Is Gusteau's real? Yes, of course. The rats... Actually, though... wait, I have a sorted one here. Yeah, I don't know if that was the same or not, but it's basically the same. Tier list! Oh my god, it's tier list time. I need to rename these still. I was gonna make a joke about rats, but I did see some rats. Choco croissants are great. They are. Hey, Aaron. Hello, Pinot Pinot. You missed the start. I talked a lot about France, but we're not done yet. I know there's so many yogurts. I've separated it. I know all of the ones to the left of the coconut one. I know those 5. Those 5 I'm gonna rank. The rest of them I have not tried. I do not know all of these, but this was the tier list I found. So we're just gonna ignore all of the ones to the right of this one. Because it's way too many, and I haven't eaten all of them. That would be... I was in France for like fucking 5 days. A week-ish. That's not enough time to eat all of these. Also, I don't think I would eat all of these, because some of them are coconut flavored. And I wouldn't do that to myself, so there you go. I don't know most, to be age. Only seen the yogurts in the supermarket. Yeah, for sure. So this is like the best. Undisputed. I mean, they're all good is the thing. That's why I want to change the tier list a little bit. This is an allergy fest right there. Oh, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot that could trigger your allergies for sure. Fondant au chocolat is so good. Oh, I bet though. I bet. Yeah, here, fondant? With fondant? Is fondant the same thing as fondant is in German? Because then I don't know if I would want to eat that like with a spoon. It must be different, right? It must be like different. It must be something a little bit separate from that. Maybe it's like mixed in or something. Because like I wouldn't want to eat fondant straight up if it is what I think it is. It's like melting dough. Okay. Because like what I thought is something else. No. The fondant au chocolat is chocolate cake with a melting center. Interesting. That's very interesting. I bet the coffee one's nice. I like coffee flavored things. Okay. Cause like that's like fondant in I'm pretty sure English and German is like the stuff you put on cake, you know? It's like the sugar stuff. It's not that great. Very, very good. I feel like I'm just renaming them to what they already are, but you know. Reliably good. And good, but not my fave. I don't think we need tier D, honestly. So I'll just keep it like that. Coffee flavored things. They're nice often, yes. Evan and you. Of course the French gotta unite. Mid, but there isn't a mid. I'm sorry. I only tried 5 of them and they were all pretty good. So the first one that I tried was the cherry one. And the cherry one was good, but not my fave. See, we're starting off with scathing criticism. Scathing. Yeah, follow Evan on Twitter. Evan makes cool art too. Go follow. Wait, I could pull that up. Wait a second. Because nobody else can link things but me. I am the only one who can link things. Hi, Muzzle Soup. We're doing a tier list. I can link things in chat. Call die tier merde. I could. Getting ads. There you go. Here's an ad for you. Follow Evan on Twitter. That's Evan's Twitter account. I just slapped it in there. Привет, товарищ. Have a nice day. You have a nice day too, Vladislav. Have a nice day. I'm rating French yogurts right now. Important work, I would say, personally. So that was that one. I would say it's good, but not my favorite. I could say this one's merde, but I won't, I'm not gonna put anything in it. I can spoiler you that already. I really like raspberry. Raspberry is very good. I enjoyed the raspberry one a lot. Raspberry was nice. The only thing that's that makes it not be the best is that it has the little hard parts in it. I could put the coconut in there. I don't need to try it in order to know that I don't like it very much. But now we have lost our coconut border. I will re-establish the coconut border by putting this coconut thing there, so you can know where the ones that I know stop, which is very, very soon into the list, actually. So the thing that keeps raspberry from being the number one, the best, is obviously the little hard parts. That's just how raspberries are. But other than that, raspberry flavor, very nice, very good. We want to hear you say the real names in French. Oh God. But they're so tiny. I don't even know. Oh, they are in French. Because I don't remember them, so I would have to try to read them. Frambois. Frambois is very good. Très bien. Gurotte? I don't even know. Is that cherry? I guess it should be, because there's cherries in it. But cerise? Gurotte is good, but not my fave. What if you're on an island though, and all you have is coconut yogurt? Guess I'll die then. Guess I'll die. No, it's like griot or something. And no, carrot is not cherry. I know that, but it's like I'm trying to read this little thing. It's like griot, I guess. It's very small, you know. Just trying to read. Oh, it's griot. No, there's no L in there. Anyway, I'm gonna zoom back out again. I have already collected all the yogurts on the island. That's good for you. I don't want any of them. It's a a specific cherry type. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, peach. Now this one might be a little bit of a controversial pick, actually. Where peach is going to end up could be controversial for some of the viewers here, maybe. Because, honestly, peach is not the best. Peach is very good. I think at the same level, maybe a tiny bit below raspberry for me. But peach is not the very best. No, peach. No, not the very best. I'm sorry. Be careful, bestie. It's still in a very good tier, but it cannot be the best. Because I already know which one is the best, and there's only one yogurt that can be the best. And I'm looking at it right now. And it's rhubarb. Obviously. Okay, it's fine. Okay. I live this day. You scared me. Imagine if I put it all the way down there. No way. I would not. These were all good. Like I said, like I already spoiled ahead of time. They were all good. So, you know. No, rhubarb is my favorite. I love rhubarb. I used to not like it when I was a child, and now I like it. Rhubarb is very nice. I thought you were going to do blasphemy and lie to my face. No, I did not. Hello, friend. Hello, beloved Zecke Ch. Hello, I'm doing a very important tier list of yogurts right now. Thank you for tuning in. So, we're almost through with all the yogurts that I have eaten, because on this very long list, I've not eaten that many yogurts. The last one that we had is called Mandarin Citron Vert. Oh, yeah. I don't know how you would say mandarin. I don't know. Honestly, sometimes the hardest words are the ones that are just spelled exactly the same. You're like, I understand what this is, but how the fuck do I say it? Like, it's a Mandarin. What do you want me to say? I feel like I'm putting on a fucking accent when I'm trying to say it in, like, the actual language. But anyway, it goes here. Because it's reliably good, and so we filled up our tier list. Rhabarberkuchen is the best. It's true, Caliban. This is correct. What's rhubarb? It's this stuff. I can't zoom in that far. This stuff. It grows. It looks kind of like that. It's a thing. I don't even know. Is it it's not a fruit. What the fuck is rhubarb? Good question. I don't know. I like to eat it, though. So, I don't know. Yeah, rhubarb cake, absolutely amazing. I love it. You didn't try it, but pineapple and passion fruit is also great. Pineapple, I feel like could be contentious. I don't know. I don't know if I would like pineapple very much. Passion fruit too. But like I said, I didn't have it, so we will never know. We are Rhabarberkuchen truthers in this chat. Yes, we are. Hi, Doppy. Welcome. If you don't rate lychee as it deserves, I'll be sad. I'm sorry. This is actually where the rating stops because I didn't have lychee. I don't know. I didn't try more than these. That's already like 1 yogurt per day, basically, which is a pretty good ratio, I feel like, for yogurts. Like, you can overdo it. We only had so many yogurts at the house as well. Rhubarb is a branch. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's so weird. That is so weird. It looks like those poisonous frogs in the rainforest, I swear. It is not poisonous. It is very yummy and probably healthy. Now, you said rhubarb is a mushroom. Rhubarb is kind of like red celery, yeah. And celery is a vegetable? Can I Google what is rhubarb without... What is rhubarb? Rhubarb, the thick reddish or green leaf stalks of a cultivated plant of the dock family, which are eaten as fruit after as a fruit after so are they a fruit? It's a vegetable, it says over here, though. Okay, it's a vegetable fruit thing. It's the leaf stalk. It's the stalk of the thing, so it's like okay, cool. That's what rhubarb is. Now we kind of sort of know. It is very much akin to celery, I suppose. I wonder what rhubarb even looks like. Yeah, we categorize. They're not a fruit by definition, but we categorize it as one. That is really weird. It's a vegetable that's a fruit. Like I said, it's not a mushroom. Mushrooms are way different. Mushrooms are so different. But this is rhubarb. What do you do with the leaves? Do you do anything with the leaves? This is what rhubarb looks like when it's growing in a garden. There you go. The more you know. I bet it doesn't taste good if you just like yoink it out of the ground though. I think the taste comes when you cook it, probably. I would assume. Do you need to like do anything with it while cooking it, or does it just happen? I don't know. It's like a hybrid. It's really weird. The leaves are poisonous though. Ah, I'm gonna trust you on that. Is that true? Jesus, that's so funny. What a funky plant you are. It's a plant. So much is definitely clear. So we know that. So that's my tier list. That's it. That's all. I don't know any of the other ones. I'm not familiar. There's a lot of them, and this is all the ones that I've eaten. Yay, poisonous salad. Woo! Let's go. Yum, yum, yum. Make a salad with the leaves. Kill your enemies. Very good. I'm not so sure all of a sudden. Well, I can Google it for you. Are rhubarb leaves poisonous? Are rhubarb leaves contain a couple of different chemicals which are unfortunately toxic to both humans and animals. While you'd have to eat quite a few to become ill, it's still best to steer clear of them. So, like, it's not like kill your enemies. It's more like don't eat them because they're neither tasty nor good for you. But, you know, still good, though. Still good. We can, maybe we can still kill someone with rhubarb leaves. Who knows? Perhaps. We should have gotten the strawberry one. It's so nice as well. Yeah, strawberry is always nice, though. Strawberry is definitely, like, reliable good, if not very good, I would say. Cannot be the best because the best is only one. That's one guy per tier for the best. But yeah, strawberry would have been good. I already know that without thinking about it much. I'm pretty sure I've eaten rhubarb salad, but did they use the leaves though? Did they use the leaves? I don't know. You want to get diarrhea? These leaves are the way to go. Well, that can be what some people might be looking for in certain situations, so don't knock it. Also, I just realized that this window was a bit too big the entire time. I would usually scoot it over a little bit. Is it even... I didn't even adjust it at all. I just kind of took it the way that it came. Nope, but the bottom line was pretty good. Anyway, am I dead? You don't seem very dead to me, but who knows? Honestly, who knows? Let's do a tier list of Western countries next time. Not politics-based, just vibes-based. I could do that, although it's really hard to detach politics from vibes, because the vibes are informed by the politics sometimes a little bit, but I love tier lists. I love making tier lists of absolutely everything. So I am absolutely open to the suggestion, as always. So we've done that. Very nice. Good tier list, gamers. Good tier list. Now let's not talk about food anymore, and instead talk about my shit posts that I have created. And by shit posts, I do mean art, but I also mean shit posts. I also do just mean shit posts. I opened the stream and the first thing I see is the yogurt tier list. Yeah, we've done a little yogurt tier list, just of these yogurts that I've eaten in France specifically. Should have expected that. Could have. Yeah. Zecke, the tier list. I love... The tier list? I love tier lists very much. Did we learn the rhubarb lore? We did. We now know it's like a vegetable, but also a fruit, sort of, kind of. Yeah. Do you know why I haven't looked so badass in the morning? French people eat pain for breakfast. Horrible. Cute, but mainly horrible. I know you guys do. Top tier dad joke, indeed. So these are the... I love that I wrote over top of this, the QSMP lore has been absolute fire, as in, like, good. Also, you want to look at my art? Yes, because my art has nothing to do with the current lore going on. The current lore is absolutely insane. You know I have to talk about my hyperfixations, even though this interests, like, very few of you, but it interests Evan, who's in chat right now, so that's one person, because we watched a lot of streams together where lore happened, and then more lore happened when we were not together anymore as well, and it's going well. I'm so excited for tonight. Yeah, tonight is gonna be a huge lore event for the QSMP, and I'm very excited for that, and I'm very scared. I'm excited to a level that it's becoming painful. Let's go. The best. What is this from? Hard to explain. It's a survival multiplayer server on Minecraft. It's made by Quackity, and there's a lot of different people on it. That's a very rough TLDR summary, but you know. And I made little portraits for well, not all of the French, but like sort of all of the French players on the server in the style of Disco Elysium as much as possible. I feel like my style is still a little bit too detailed, maybe? I don't know. You could be more disco. I could be more disco, but you know, it's kind of in there. I like the 3 ones, but not a Pierre illustration. Couldn't, sorry. I understand. It is alright. Do not worry. Do not worry. I don't watch APR as much as the others, but like he gives me okay vibes as far as I've seen. As far as I have seen. So I've made little edits with both Bagheera and Etoile being in Disco Elysium after having made this art, and I downloaded the font that was used in the game, and I wrote little dialogues for all of them. Yeah, for the disco style, you need to fuck up the portraits a little bit more. But still, I have like a huge image. Wait, I can throw this in here for you. I have like a huge reference image somewhere in my references folder. And the portraits are not 100% uniform, you know? Some of them are more clear than others, you know what I mean? Wait, can I just drop this in here without creating image? There you go. This is my reference image of like various portraits. You know this, of course. But yeah, in general, they're like, it depends from portrait to portrait. They do vary quite a bit in style while still being pretty uniform. So that's what I had up on the screen. But yeah, my urge to make things pretty is kind of getting in the way, I feel like. But still, such a powerful edit. Thank you. I will read it to you now. I will read it to you now. You could make such a chaos one with Antoine. I could, honestly, especially with the new lore and everything. We could lean into something way more abstract. Cindy is staring into my soul. Cindy does! Cindy has a stare like none of the others. Like, the eyes are very different from portrait to portrait. Like, some portraits don't even have eyes, really, but I didn't include too many of those. Anyway. Bagheera's line, of course, is, "Can you tell me, what do you call Pepsi in Portuguese?" And I did little narrator's voice as well, of course, because that's how Disco Elysium is written. She cocks her head to the side as she poses the question, eager to hear your reply. You. It's Pepsi? Yeah, well, but in Portuguese, how do you call Pepsi? You. Pepsi? Yes, but what do you call Pepsi in Portuguese? She is still smiling, her question sounding absolutely sincere. And then I would imagine you click continue, and you have to roll one of the intelligence guys, you know, one of the intellect guys, maybe logic, to figure out if she really is just doesn't understand what you're saying, or if she's messing with you. That sort of thing is the idea behind the joke. This makes sense to like 2 people in chat right now, and I'm absolutely fine with that, okay? I'm moving on. I feel very smart for having written this out. Aw, thank you, Billy. Thank you. Yeah, drawing Etoile is like, I love that. No, you have to roll pain resistance. Pain resistance could also be, that could definitely be a thing that you roll. Wait, are those AI chat? But no, I wrote this. I did this. And I just made it up and put it on an image. That's all I did. So I recently introduced myself to Disco Elysium through your words. I missed. Measurehead made me laugh nonstop. Oh my god, yes. Measurehead is extremely funny, Cassie. I agree. Who wants bread resistance? No, not the bread resistance. You're so right. Hi, Ronnie. Etoile's, of course, is based on stick fighting. Want to stick fight? There's a glint in his eyes. The way he asks you makes it feel hard to decline. Stick fighting is this guy's drug of choice. Of course, because, you know, drugs in Disco Elysium. Sure, let's go. You're the best. Let's go. Left click. He charges at you, wielding the stick, expecting you to catch the other stick, which he tosses in your direction. And of course, that's a hand-eye coordination check. I edited that over top of the other button. Edited. I can't speak. That's why I'm a streamer. That's why I speak for a living. Anyway, yeah, that's a hand-eye coordination check. If you catch the stick or not, there you go. And if you don't figure out if she's for real, you end up in an infinite loop. Yeah. Forever. Pepsi. Coca-Cola? It's Pepsi! Left click. Okay, jump, okay. Strafing. God, I love these guys so much. They're my little blorbos. I love them very much. Okay, anyway, click. Yeah, no clock. I was like, clock? No, just click. They are next to each other. German keyboard too. O and I. And these are all the arts together. I do really love this Etoile one. This Etoile one, like, he's so cute. He just smile. You're the best. You're the best. Mr. Everard is helping me find my Pepsi. That's such a good line. That's so true. You see, Harry. I can't do a good Everard. You see, Harry. In Portuguese. What do they call it in Portuguese, Harry? Yes, Pepsi. What do they call it in Portuguese, Harry? It's a horrible impression. Haven't heard him in a little while, okay? I enjoyed this Let's Play. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Here we have an Antoine. I really like the cardboard masks. And then we have an A-Pierre and Bagheera is my favorite out of these, though, even though I love the Etoile a lot. Because of the way that his design is, well, I mean, it's kind of my fault because I did design it like that as well from a Minecraft skin. There's just a lot of details going on, which is kind of counterproductive to the Disco Elysium style. A bit, like, there's not that much details in the Disco Elysium style, which makes like his look a bit more disco-esque, and hers, because it's less detailed design than his, I think. If you find both Pepsi and Mentos, you can throw it at the mercenaries. So true. It's so true. Did I enjoy Antoine's review? Oh my god, yeah. Yes, I did. I like to always let myself be spoiled by Twitter because, well, one, my French is not like that good that I understand everything all the time on stream. A lot I do understand, but not everything. So it's like nice once the like translation accounts come in and tell me shit on Twitter. So I saw it there first and I was like, oh, and I watched it there and I was like, oh my god. I mean, that was in English, but still, you know the general vibe that I like to get my information from Twitter for these sorts of things. Same with the Selbit arc. I don't know if my viewers are caught up with the Selbit arc. I love that I talk about this as though every one of my viewers watches this. They don't. They don't all watch this, but still. Hello, Joestar! I have exterminated all of the bedbugs. Every single one of them. They're gone. Don't Google it. Do not Google it. There you go. Yeah, Antoine wrote a whole science fiction audiobook. Oh, he did. Believe me, he's got potential. I know. You and Evan should nerd out about that together because I know that. Cassie says, I'm a little rusty with my French, but I may be of service. Very, like, I have my sources. There's my sources. Thank you very much. There's good sources around, both on Twitter and in, well, not in person, but, via my Telegram. God, is this the end? Oh, this is the end. This means we're gonna get into news talk now. Oh, we're gonna get into news talk. Wait, do I want to tell you anything else fun about my travels or anything like that? I mean, I will probably talk about it a little bit in the coming days anyway, when I remember anything fun. We can get you anytime, Cassie. I did real-time translate this week. It was very useful. It was very great. See, this is why I think I should just always be in France, chilling, watching streams in France with Evan, because Evan is very good at just telling me the most important things. Did I take the TGV? The what's that? What is that? Is that public transport, perhaps? Maybe? I don't know. Yes, we took one subway. No, we didn't. Okay, we didn't take that. Didn't do that. Whatever that is. It's the train. Yeah, no, didn't do that. Hello, Goldie! It's 4:30 in the morning. Damn, you missed. Should have been here 10 minutes earlier for 4:20 Blaze It. But alright. High-speed train. Oh, I see. Train grand vitesse. That's such a funny way of saying that. Train. Great speed. I mean, ours is ICE. Intercity Express. Uh-huh. I had to think about that. Ice, baby. Our trains. I just picture you saying Evan is the god with a French Etoile accent. It's honestly, it's a problem. Because, I don't want to speak in a French accent because obviously I am German. That is a little bit odd if that were to happen. But sometimes I watch a lot of, Etoile, for instance. Especially when he's on the QSMP and talking in English to other people. And then it's just in my brain. And then sometimes it does happen that I just lay out the fucking French accent for no reason. And I like to stop myself when it does occur. It's weird. I'm like, no, stop it. Stop it. So before we get into the Palestine news, we do have something much more silly to talk about, though. Express is so much better than just great speed. I agree, though. How does French with a German accent work? I don't know. Je sais pas. Dis-moi. Does that sound, is that German? Does that sound German? You will hear more of it once Evan and I do the collab on Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. And we try to communicate with each other in French. Only. You will learn. You will learn. That will happen. I don't know when exactly yet, but I want to make it happen soon. How many more weeks in October? 1 after this one. Okay, maybe we can do it next week. I don't know. I'm so excited. Let's absolutely go. We'll have to see, because this week I've already got like all full, but maybe we could do next week. I'll have to see with the other things that I want to do next week. But yes, that'll be fun. You can hear. God, you will hear so much of my French. I'm not ready for it at any level. Anyway, so Sniper Wolf and Jack's Films. That's something we can talk about that's still like lighthearted enough. I saw it, I came across it, people sent it to me as well, so I was like, okay, yeah, I do want to talk about this before we get into the more heavy stuff. So, you know, do it, coward. I will do it. But God, I will be so embarrassed. You shouldn't, by the way, you shouldn't be embarrassed ever to speak a second language, because that's the way you get good at speaking a second language, is speaking the language that you want to be speaking. But, oh God, it sure do be embarrassing, though, when you don't have an idea what you're doing. Lighthearted? This man is doxxed and you're laughing? Well, okay, comparatively lighthearted, alright? It's internet beef, but it is not super lighthearted. If you struggle too much, much can always do I speak French and you don't have to. True. We can do, like, variations depending on how badly we do on the first try around. Yes. So, news. Sniper Wolf just doxed me on her Instagram. Not me. Obvious. God, I can't be serious. I'm really bad at being serious, but I think very soon we will be very serious, so might as well have a little fun while that's still, like, possible, while that's still up there. Creepy, gross, and violating. It's true. What you do is disgusting. You steal content and stalk YouTubers. I can give you a bit of a background on the situation if you want. If you don't know, who is Zecke Ch? Oh yeah, I don't know why that is his name on Twitter. It's Jack's Films. Do you know Jack's Films? It's been on YouTube for forever. Recently, for like, I don't know, the past couple of months, he has been in a sort of dispute with Sniper Wolf, who's, you know, this person, obviously, SS Sniper Wolf. By the way, horrible name, absolutely not good vibes. I don't know what's up with that. Sniper Wolf makes a lot of reaction content on YouTube that is not at all transformative, just watching TikTok videos, saying barely anything about them, maybe like summarizing what's happening in them or repeating jokes that were like in the comments of those TikToks or something like that. You know, adding absolutely nothing of value and profiting off of the TikToks that she just uploads to her YouTube. Basically, so bottom of the barrel content. And Jack's Films has been calling that out on his side channel for a while now, so kind of trying to get her to stop doing that because, you know, it's a scummy way of content creating and doesn't really add any value to anything. That name is an MGS reference. Oh, I see. Isn't that what we're doing? I would like to believe that I add a little bit more value to the things that I react to than describing exactly what happens within them. I would like to believe. Me, a German, reading the username, bestie, might be, yeah, I can't help it. Same with me. Oh, except for the SS part. That's supposed to mean sexy? Are you real? Are you being for real right now? I mean, in my mind, the SS means something else, but that's just me. Bro has a bag. That is her, yes. I think the yogurt tier list adds value. Thank you very much. I agree. I also think so. So he's been doing this for a while, basically just making content, making fun of her in order to hopefully get her to stop making the content that she's making. Basically, that's the gist of it. Because Jack's Films has been pretty outspoken against reaction content that is non-transformative on the website since forever. Ever since, like, the days of Jinx, not from League of Legends, not from Riot, not from Arcane, but the other one, if that tells you anything. So, And she decided to go to his house for some reason. Sexy is a dog whistle? No? If you played MGS, then you'd know that she is in fact sexy. Good to know. I thought it was a reference to Super Saiyan, but you shouldn't abbreviate like that. Yeah, I'm like 100% certain that she doesn't mean the SS I'm thinking about when I see an SS, but you know, I cannot help. I think of that. I always do think of that. To me, SS is a boat thing. It can also be a boat thing. There's a lot of things that SS can be. I'm not saying that it's anything else. For real. So he's adding YouTube. Demonetize this dangerous creator or just get her off your platform. She posted an Instagram story right outside our home and deleted it. And then, you know, the other thing is just that's her face. And like, should I go visit Jack's Films? He lives 5 minutes away from my shoot. Very weird. Very weird, by the way. Very odd. The thing that I'm thinking about while I'm reading all of this, I don't think YouTube is going to do anything about that because it didn't happen on their platform, but they could possibly, like, I don't know how closely they are working together with Sniper Wolf. I think she's one of the creators that is featured on the front page sometimes, but I'm not so sure. I never go to like the YouTube front page or anything like that. I don't know if YouTube is going to do anything about this simply because it didn't happen on their platform, but I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Also, YouTube usually doesn't really do anything. That's another part of the story. I am also betting nothing will happen about it, honestly, but I mean, we'll see, right? So he goes on, she literally posted a video of the outside of her house for all of her 5.6 million followers to see it, then deleted it. In what universe do you think that's okay? In what reality do we live in where we think that behavior is justified? It's time to get her off the platform. She's no longer a silly creator that steals content. She's a creep and a weirdo that stalks and threatens her critics. Now fuck that. Time to get her off of YouTube. I would be inclined. I understand, like, I agree with the sentiment, though I don't think that it's going to work out from YouTube's side, probably. Yeah, if Matt Walsh is safe, so is Leah, right? Like, there's people who do things on YouTube, like, their behavior on YouTube is worse, arguably, than, like, Sniper Wolf's. And they're still on the actual website, so, you know, I wouldn't be too surprised. There was news about it, of course, as well. I'm pretty sure the actual images that's just a tweet again. The actual images have been censored everywhere that they were online. Sniper Wolf accused of doxing Jack's Films. She did do that. She uploaded a picture of his house. Like, people really don't get yeeted off of YouTube. It happens sometimes, I've heard, but not often. Very rarely. All I have on my YouTube is basically La Team, Monday Team, let's go, and QSMP with some Mr. MV raging. Sounds good. Oh, Jacquard is from that old game Facade. Oh, that's the reference. That makes a lot of sense. That's the reference. I was also wondering why his name is Jacquard or Jacquard, but it's Facade. That's why his name is that. Oh, it's for Halloween. Like, right. He does this for Halloween usually, like for the month of October. I forgot. Jake Paul was worse and he's still there. Yeah, people have done worse things on, like, literally with their content on YouTube and they're still around, so, you know. And then she shamelessly uploaded another video yesterday, like nothing happened. Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm sure she has these like stockpiled and she just pumps them out on her channel. Adam from YMS also chimed in. Absolutely unacceptable behavior to intentionally dox people who criticize you to your millions of followers. This is undeniably against YouTube TOS. And that is true, but that is, again, applied to their own website, and it happened on Instagram, so they're probably not going to do much about it. She also went on to say something like, I have no ill intentions. She's like, this creep has been harassing me for months, then plays the victim, saying I threatened him when I just wanted to talk to him. I have no ill intentions. It's so sad when people have to constantly create drama to pay their bills. That's what she said about the tweet, which I don't think posting somebody's house to your public Instagram is just wanting to talk. Like, first of all, don't show up to people's houses. Obviously, never do that. In no circumstance should you ever do that. I'm sure you could shoot him a message and it would be possible to talk if you really wanted to contact like the management or whatever. I don't know. I'm sure you could get in contact other ways. But also, like, if you just wanted to talk, you didn't have to post the fucking house on your Instagram. You could have just gone up to his door, rang the doorbell, been like, "Hi, it's me, Leah. I want to talk." Which also weird and creepy and bad, but not as bad as posting the house to all of your followers on Instagram, I think. You know. Yeah, I don't think you can really unintentionally dox a person. I think you can. I think you can. Unintentionally dox a person 100% actually, but that was not what happened here, you know. Like, you can accidentally show like a package, like have the address on a package and like post a picture of that, like with that in the background of somebody or something like that. Like, you're staying over at somebody's house, it's like, and it's in the background and you don't see it and you post it. Something like that could happen, but this is not what happened here. So there we go. How does she even know where he lives? She claims his address is like on Google. I'm not gonna Google Jack's Film's address right now, but sometimes addresses end up on Google, but it should still be in your best interest not to, I'm Googling it off stream, not to, no, all that comes up is the doxing thing. I don't know how the fuck she found out, actually, because when I Google Jack's Film's address, it does not show up on Google, so I would assume it's not on there. But yeah, sometimes addresses can end up online, of course, but yeah, spreading the address around further when it's not supposed to be spread around, it's still doxing. Yeah, she said he posted it on Google, which is not a thing. Not a thing anybody does. That's not a thing that can happen. It's the funniest thing to say, though. It's like, yes, post it on Google. I love when I post my images to Google. Sometimes I wish I could, you know, to have better Google search results. You know, just post images to Google. But that's not quite how that works. I don't know how she found that out. I just want to talk. Guys, go beat this guy. Here's his address. Literally. Like, she has been in a public feud with this dude for months now. And she expects her fans, like, none of her 5 million fans to be weird enough to go to his house and do some shit. That is a big ask of your fan base. If you have that many fans, there's 1,000,000% there's a weirdo in there who would legitimately kill for you. Not that it's like gonna happen, but given the chance, they would do that for you if they saw the post and everything. It was deleted shortly after she posted it, somewhat shortly. But you know, posting it at all is such a misjudgment of like what is okay at all. I love posting images to a search engine. It happens all the time. Such a normal thing to do. So he also made a video about that, of course, talking about it. Shouldn't be too long. No, it's streaming the song. I would kill for a second. That's good and normal. Thank you. Oh my god, it's me. Yeah, everybody's talking about this right now. Cyberwolf came to our home last night. It's time for YouTube to step in. I don't think they will, but we'll see. Because a lot of people are talking about it. Yeah, and 34.2 million on YouTube for her. Jesus. That's honestly insane. But this is really making the rounds, so maybe YouTube is actually going to do something about it? Because this is pretty big. I mean, he's pretty big on YouTube too. It's not like he's a no-name creator or anything, so maybe? Fortunately, most of her fans are probably under the age where they can even own a car. That is a glimpse of light in the darkness. That is true. So let's listen to what Jack himself had to say about it.
Last night, Sniper Wolf, a massive YouTuber, showed up outside of our home, recorded a video of our home, and then posted it to her 5.6 million Instagram followers.
First of all, he has 3 ring lights. No, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna derail. This is a pretty serious situation. But, like, that's a lot of ring lights to own in one place.
Goading me with the line, "Let's talk like adults." In my 17 years on YouTube, I've never once had someone come to my home and vaguely threaten me. Sniper Wolf.
That's good. That's a good track record to have in that many years on YouTube. True. It's like, no, we don't need to consider what the victims gain from this and hear out Sniper Wolf first. True. We should definitely, but she hasn't spoken about it. We've heard out Sniper Wolf as far as there was anything to hear out, actually.
Needs to be deplatformed.
He beefed with, I don't think he actually beefed with him though, right? Wasn't it like a friendly sort of beef? Like a fake friendly sort of beef, or was there an actual sort of beef going on there too? I don't know about that. Yeah, if she wanted to talk about it, why not DM him? Like, literally, there's other ways to talk about it. It's obviously just, hey, let's talk like adults. It was like a dumb joke of some sort.
That formed. In this exact moment, she turned from a mere content thief to someone who doxes and stalks her critics. To everyone that's reached out to us, thank you. We're fine. We're just a little shaken up.
Yeah, also Jax Films doesn't live alone. I've also seen the tweet from his wife, who is not a content creator in any capacity, saying, you know, like, I'm not somebody who lives in the public eye, and yet I've still been affected by this. You know, you can't just go around doxing people's homes.
But mainly,
obviously,
we feel violated.
to me.
We no longer feel safe in our own home because we're dealing with someone who genuinely thinks they're in the right for A, stalking me, and B, posting our home to her massive audience. What a disgusting abuse of
married,
clout that is. This is irresponsible at best and flat out dangerous at worst.
Yeah, dangerous and potentially malicious, although, you know, that's like a speculation, I suppose. But I would assume it's at least a little bit malicious. I don't think she thought like super far that one of her fans would go there and do something or anything like that. But she definitely did that in order to intimidate him, which is, you know, malicious. Let's go cook those legumes. Get those veggies in. Let's go. Saute them nicely, or bake them. Baked or sauteed. Both great options for veggies. Have a good meal. I think she mostly just didn't even care if one did. Yeah, I honestly think it's like a huge lack of care. It's not like intention, like, ooh, I planned this out and that is the next thing that's gonna happen. That's the next thing. It's just like, whatever. I'm just doing this. I'm not gonna think about the potential consequences of this whatsoever because I'm Sniper Wolf and I am a multi-million viewer YouTuber and I don't give a fuck.
YouTube needs to step in and take action. If this goes unpunished, then it sets a terrifying precedent that you can dox and stalk your critics so long as you have a big YouTube audience. If she truly wanted to talk with me, she could have done so through many other means. But there's one thing you don't do. You do not show up at someone's house.
Obviously.
That's simply a line you do not cross. There is zero justification for this.
Yes.
She claims in her story that I've been harassing her. No, Sniper Wolf, I've not been harassing you at all. In my videos on Zecke Ch's films, I've been critiquing her non-transformative commentary. I point out cases of content theft.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is also that he isn't coming to her house. He is not even bringing this shit into like her like community spaces at all, as far as I'm aware. He's doing this on his own channel. He's doing this criticism on his own channel. It's like, oui, c'est moi. Well, I'm no longer in France, sadly. I'm back in Germany. You know, it has its perks being back. I drank another Monster Energy the other day, which I hadn't had in France. They do have them there. I just didn't drink any. But, you know. Let's go more cheese. Let's go fromage. Even though, you know, feta cheese is good cheese, for instance. If YouTube was a creators council-based co-op, this would have already been solved. Yeah, under different leadership, this could have definitely been solved. But alas, this is not the life that we're living in.
And freebooting, and I credit the creators she steals from. I've been critical of her content, but that does not equate to harassment. What is harassment is coming to our home, sharing it for millions to see,
I think,
and taunting me to come out. YouTube needs to take swift action and ban her from the platform ASAP. And the same goes for Instagram. Speaking of...
Yeah, Instagram should actually, perhaps. Instagram is where this took place, after all, so Instagram has maybe even more incentive. Meta, Zuckerberg, to do something about it, but I also doubt that they would do anything about it. I mean, this situation is very clear-cut to me. It's very, like, obvious that what Sniper Wolf did was wrong and should be punished in some sort of way, but is probably not going to. Meanwhile, I've not seen that much discussion about it online either. I've seen a few people coming to the defense of Sniper Wolf, probably like her young fans, I would assume, because you know the arguments didn't really seem super duper thought out, just basically claiming that he, you know, in making the content that he made that was critical of her, was the one doing the actual harassment, still not addressing at all that it is in fact very wrong to post somebody's house online on the internet for everybody to see. But you know, mostly, like, most of the internet, 99% of the internet seems to agree with Jack here for obvious reasons. Get your insurance, Theo, or this might happen to you.
Sniper Wolf
will come to your house.
Situation, as if stalking someone is a quirky thing to do. No one should feel unsafe in their own home. And thanks to Sniper Wolf, my wife and I now do. So YouTube, please do the right thing and get her off the platform. Anyone who weaponizes their fan base like she did does not deserve a space here.
I agree. Look at my weird ass recommended. There we go. That's quite varied today. I see. I've been listening to the... Okay. Anyway, there you go. I haven't heard much about this drama, and I'm actually glad about that. Don't like drama. That is fair. That is fair. It was very much just like... It was barely drama until a while ago, just basically those two going at it somewhat. I suppose Jack doing his criticism of her, and she sometimes just throwing insults his way, I suppose. That's basically all that it consisted of. Until now, of course, a crime has been committed. You're right, Katsy, by that, like, it was a crime committed on their website, so maybe something could actually happen there, but I also don't really know. Top right recommended is... Revamping. I cannot talk. Man, why am I a streamer? Revamping the sister rival. My last Yandere Simulator revamp. Good ending. So they're redesigning, they're drawing a new sister rival for Yandere Simulator. Of course. Zaza Wolf sounds like she just smokes a lot of weed in her house. Once I come to my house, I'm going to pull out the machete. I mean... You might be legally in your right to do that, depending on your country of residence. I don't know what the laws are like where you're at, but yeah. Obviously, there you go. No autism memes in the recommended this time. It's true. We cannot derail into autism memes anymore. Sad times. It's mostly because we just watched a drama-related video, I suppose. It's mostly drama-related videos. That makes sense. Can't have autism memes every day, otherwise we would get too oversaturated on them. It's true. It's true. So that's a little wrap up on this situation. I wonder if it will go anywhere, but I don't really think so. Honestly, I don't think much will happen about it. Chat Union wants memes. Chat Union, gamers, I'm sorry, but it's gonna get a lot less fun from here on out, honestly. But we still have some time. We still have like a few brief minutes of brevity before... levity, even. Brevity does not make sense in this context. Levity before we get into, you know, the things that's been going on ever since a week ago over in Israel, Palestine. Zecke, let's not forget that Jack's Films already largely ended a career of another React channel many years ago. Yeah, that's what I mentioned. That's the Jinx guy who was like kind of a pioneer of reaction content in a way, but specifically the type of reaction content where you just sat there and didn't say anything and just kind of were present. So like a predecessor to XQC, kind of, in spirit. Not maybe so much in action. A few brief moments of brevity before the long moment of longevity. Ain't that the fucking truth? Stay strong, Union. We're gonna make it. As long as the Union perseveres, you know, you're gonna make it. I feel like left streamers I watch mostly talk about drama the last few weeks. Got a bit annoying. A lot of leftist streamers online talk about drama. This one, honestly, is something to talk about. Something where you cannot even extrapolate much into, like, political commentary out of it. Because sometimes when there's drama, you can kind of, like, take the drama as a jumping off point into political commentary. And make it interesting that way. This one is not the case. It's not the case. There's not anything to pivot into from it. The main reason I wanted to include it is because I wanted to have something else on the docket aside from the really heavy shit, because the really heavy shit is really heavy. So brace yourselves. We're gonna talk about really heavy shit now. Let's go. Aaron's leaving. Have a good day. See you around. See you tomorrow maybe for karaoke, where we're gonna forget about the really heavy shit again as much as possible. Yes, now we're going to talk. Going to talk about the Israel war that they started a very long time ago. A very, very long time ago, yes. So, I would like to presume that most of you know generally what's going on because you're kind of tuned into world politics a bit. So Palestine and Israel have been on everybody's tongues, and I mean Hamas as well, I guess. I have this split up into a couple of sections actually. A big section is Germany's reaction, because I am incredibly appalled at Germany's reaction specifically to the entire situation that has been going on since the start. More than shocked even. I'm actually like deeply confused about the reaction from some Germans. On one hand, I understand where it comes from a tiny bit, but mostly just confused. Leftist streamers just shouldn't vacation ever because bad things happen when they do. It's literally it's very much true. Assessment of the conflict coverage by the most popular people in the online left: Kyle Kalinske, super based, Ethan Klein based. Ethan Klein had a bit of a fuck up, but I think he turned it around, right? Sam Cedar based, Vosh solid, Destiny mid, and Hassan cringe. I found Hassan's coverage to be pretty good. From what I've seen. Now, I haven't watched all of it. I was in France at the time. I'm not gonna sit down and watch all of the streams, especially from Hassan. He goes on for very long. But I found his I have one Hassan thing in here somewhere in here. I found it pretty nice, I think, the way that he covered it. But oh man, here we go. France had forbidden protests, but Germany is also forbidding protests. It's looking pretty dire around here. So the first two things I wanted to show you, though, are videos from within Gaza. I have put in parentheses here, hey, there's no graphic images in here, because of course, online, you are able to see a lot of extremely graphic images right now coming out of Gaza, but there's none included here, just information. So, there you go. Hassan was good when he didn't defend the deprogram boys. Yeah, I haven't heard about that specifically yet. People are still protesting though. Same in Germany. So this was uploaded by NBC News. Can I zoom? No, I can't zoom in more. Watching TikToks on stream is so bad, like for the layout, but you know, we try our best. And I'll basically just let this play. I don't think I will try not to like interrupt too much. It's only 1 minute and 40 seconds after all. Let's see if it's loud enough, though.
Also in a place far away from the window.
Yeah, you will hear bombs. 20. Yeah, wait. I can read that. 22-year-old documents life in Gaza during airstrikes. 22-year-old reporter in Gaza.
There is literally no view. You can't see anything. I found really close to my house. That's my window right now.
This was on the 9th. So
that's the view.
That was only the beginning.
People in the street are calling for ambulance, but there is no ambulance. We're all gathering at our neighbor's house. No internet, no electricity until now. It's around 7 p.m. We literally don't know what's happening in the world here. We're just listening to bombs.
Of course, as you know, I'm gonna go into some of the tweets too, showing this. They've turned off the electricity in most places. Hospitals are sometimes allowed to have electricity, but even then, I think a lot of them are like running on reserve, and no water, no food, just water rations. Yeah, same, Pino, same.
Not anything, literally. هاي عمارتنا فيها الزحرة مش شايفين إشي مش عارفين إشي. يلا. Our house is basically burning behind my back. The more I walk, the speechless I get.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna say about that?
I'm at my neighbor's house. They're not in their house, and their house is still like that.
Like, people used to live here, like, moments ago.
The view here in Gaza. The situation is just getting worse. There are literally no words to describe what's happening.
It's like a compilation of her videos.
No water, no internet. Like almost 90% of Gaza, they don't have connection. We can't even call each other.
Yeah, a lot of people I've also seen recently are losing connection to their friends and relatives who are still in Gaza. So this was like a little compilation of clips from her. I don't know if she was able to upload this to her own personal TikTok, because she is press, as you saw, she was like holding this little press helmet in the last clip. So she's trying to report from Gaza as well as possible. But of course, with limited internet access, that is not very easy to do. Neither is it with limited access to electricity and all of that. And that's only going to get worse. Like we saw, the first clip was from the 9th, I think. So they still had more access then and more reserves then at the time. And they're just shutting it down more and more and destroying more and more of the infrastructure, obviously, as time goes along. So we're probably going to be seeing less images from inside of Gaza as this continues. So, yes. Just last week, Warren says, a bit of public opinion has turned in favor of Israel when Hamas initially breached Israeli barriers, but the subsequent actions kind of reversed that. Well, at least a little. I've seen some of that on Twitter as well, that opinion is turning around against Israel again. Because, yeah, this was, in the eyes of the world, this was started, in quotation marks, by the Hamas attack, like where they parachuted in on this fucking festival. You've seen the clips, right? And took civilian, I mean, they're all human, aren't they? Civilian hostages and everything. Hamas being a terror organization and who's like not fully supported by most of Palestinians, as far as I've seen. Like they held elections, but they didn't get a majority vote, is what I've seen about them. So that is how it's, in quotation marks, started for the rest of the world who wasn't paying attention to anything that was happening in Palestine. But if you've had like a cursory interest in politics over, I don't know, the last, I have a statistic somewhere too that we can look at in a moment. Like, yeah, I can show you that right now. Posted by Socked On Left. If you had a cursory interest, like starting from any time, honestly, 1940s is also a good moment in history to look at this. You can see that that there isn't really a balance here in this ongoing conflict. It seems to me, perhaps, that this conflict has been ongoing for a long time, and one side, now we're not gonna name names, is a little bit more aggressive than the other because, surprise, surprise, they are backed by like basically the entire world, as opposed to Palestinians who have practically nobody. Bernie Sanders was boycotted in Germany. Jesus Christ. History repeats itself, and it's truly horrible. It is absolutely like appalling. Pinot says, well, in the last days I heard a lot of stuff along the lines of the Palestinians have gone too far and now should suffer the consequences. So I don't know. Yeah, that's what they say. But like, how can you possibly look at the stats like in front of you and not come to the conclusion that you maybe shouldn't be supporting Israel in this conflict? Perhaps. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Not by the entire world, but most likely by a certain 2 or 3 letter world country. Fucking Biden going back on the things that he said a couple of years ago, speaking in a more like positive light of Palestine back then, but turning around on that and pretending like it never happened. You know, nothing new there. But also, you know, Germany is supporting Israel. France, I think, was like the government, obviously not the people, but the governments are supporting Israel. Most like first world countries are supporting Israel. Also, thank you, Billy. I mean, one side is getting genocided and the other isn't, so you might get an idea, but somehow it's not communicating. Somehow, I don't know. I really cannot understand. We'll get into this further, especially when we go into the Germany's reaction pile. I cannot understand these people, like, at all. One of these fucking posts. Okay, hello type, we're in Palestine coverage. There's another video. This one's like 3 minutes long, I think. I wanted to show you this one in full as well. I've seen like somebody, yeah, the UK as well is supporting all the ex-colonial countries united as always on the specific side of history. Yes. Hi, Angel.
Hey everyone.
Ooh, this one's louder than the other one. Looks like the Israel-US propaganda machine wanted to paint a broad picture that the recent Hamas attack equals Israel's 9/11. Yeah, basically, fucking George Bush chimed in saying that they should be harsh or whatever on the Palestinians and not show mercy, or I don't remember what exactly he said. But like, brother, why are we listening to George Bush? Why the fuck are we listening to George Bush at this point? But the truth is coming out. I'm hoping so much that public opinion is going to turn on this, because it's absolute insanity to watch people who think they're leftists be pro-Israel. I am absolutely baffled. Anyway, this is a 3-minute 30-second video. Also in multiple parts.
It's Bisan from Gaza. We're still alive. It's about 12 p.m. and I'm at Shifa Hospital. So
this was posted 2 days ago, by the way.
This is what happened at 6 a.m. Today at the morning. Thousands of people, like all the people living.
Yeah, the problem with like the hope that things will turn around in public opinion towards Israel is that doesn't necessarily matter that much. Even if most of the people in the world condemn Israel, as long as, you know, as long as the other countries' leaders, the other governments still support Israel, they're not going to stop what they're doing. I don't see them stopping what they're doing. And the propaganda of Israel, we'll get into that, yes. The propaganda of Israel making people believe that Zionists equals Jews is so strong, it makes me say, it is so appalling. Because in my docket, I've also compiled a couple of tweets displaying the support from Jewish people for Palestine. Because, first of all, not all Jewish people believe in Israel as a state, like as that is a good idea to have that at all, like as a concept, straight up. And then secondarily, yeah, a lot of Jewish people see a genocide happening and think, that's kind of bad. Surprising, isn't it? Jeez, okay, let's watch this video first.
In the northern and western side of Gaza Strip, got a call from an Israeli number. It's a recorded call, and the recording is telling us that we must leave our homes to the southern areas of Gaza Strip because they want Gaza empty and it will be destroyed. So now people are moving to UNRWA schools or to Shifa Hospital, and guess what? There are posts, manashir. It's like paper posts, and these posts are now in the sky. Look at these papers. They are over Shifa, and are some updates to the situation. For the posts they threw, they were telling people that everything in the northern of Gaza Strip need to move and evacuate to the south areas of Gaza Strip. Even these shelters must be evacuated, and that was written.
Telling people to evacuate a place where you've blocked them in, but we'll get to it. I don't want to interrupt her too much because in the video itself it will turn around a little bit in like a moment.
Now, another thing is that the humanitarian aid point is in the southern of the areas and with the borders with Egypt, with the Sinai Desert, which means pushing people to the limits, to the corners, to the borders, so they could evacuate them to Sinai or to Egypt, which means another Nakba. In 1948, they evacuated more than 850,000 people from their villages by threatening them and killing them, so that, guess what, after 70 years they cannot reach their villages and get back to them. So now what is written in the posts is that you need to evacuate everything. More than 1 million person, 1,200,000 person need to evacuate everything, every place in North Gaza and move to South Gaza until the army, the Israeli army, decides if they could get back.
Yeah. Also, as Seppo says, this is terrorism. This is a genocide happening, because it doesn't sit right with me that people are calling this a war either, because I feel like a war kind of presupposes that both sides have an army and are fighting against each other with their respective armies, but it is one side, Israel, with the actual army, with an arsenal, with like, they showed this off in television earlier today yesterday I think, when I was sitting in with my mom, and television was on, and they switched to the news. They showed like Israel's fantastic anti-missile things that they have, where they shoot the Hamas missiles out of the sky so that nothing happens when they shoot their missiles over there. It's like there's not a Palestine army. There's Hamas. Yeah, but that is not comparable. One side is armed forces and the other one tries to survive. They've always been trying to survive. And the other side is 50% fucking children. Like, it is not... Calling this a war is super disingenuous.
So, more updates about the evacuation that I've been talking about since the morning. Do you remember when I said that they push people to evacuate from the northern to the southern areas via a safe route, as they said? Okay, that was a trick. That was a trick. They targeted ambulances, cars, and buses in the road, and more than 150 people were killed until now, as I heard from other press and other journalists. So this is part 3. They are playing with us. They are playing with and on us. They told us this is a safe route. Innocent people took anything from their homes and went to the southern areas, and they killed them. They literally killed them. Literally more than 30 ambulance cars until now reached the Shifa, and it's not ended. It's not ended yet. Many people are killed. Most of them are children. The scenes are really hard. I can't even imagine that I'm living this. I can't imagine that this is real. I'm losing my mind. I'm losing my life. Please do something.
Then that is the voices out of Gaza that I wanted to show you. I also very much hate this. I do not understand how anybody can see this and say, yeah, I'm pro-Israel. Like, what, you watch this. By the way, I mean, I watched it on my personal account, so you watch this, and how can you then go on to say that you're pro-Israel? I don't understand. So they tell the people to flee, and then they missile the fleeing people. Yes. That are like, they bunch up and they're trying to leave. Once they bunch up and they're trying to leave, yes. Like, Hamas is like a tiny part, but they're like generalizing, oh yeah, every Palestinian, they're all Hamas. All those the 50% of them that are children, yeah, they're definitely Hamas, and we need to flatten the entire thing. This is insanely genocidal rhetoric. Insane. But I have my family and friends, so I can. Praying for the civilians. 100%, yes. Praying for the civilians. I also don't think that there should be, like, civilian lives lost on Israel's side, right? Like, excessive cruelty against people who didn't do anything wrong is never a good thing. 100%, yes. And this is why I seriously can't comprehend why people say things like Palestinians should get rid of Hamas. Dude, like, the average Palestinian is just trying to survive. Like, what are they gonna do? And also, Hamas, like, they're doing things that are reprehensible and to be condemned when you talk about this situation, obviously. But also, Palestinians have been living in what is basically an open-air prison for fucking so many years now. Like, they're running out of options at this point, you know? They're absolutely running out of options. There's nothing else that they can do at this point. This is why people that are pro-Israel to criticize Palestinians so often accidentally show up, pictures of Palestinian victims and then delete it when they realize, yes, I've seen that as well. I didn't put this in the docket because I specifically didn't want to show you any, like, graphic pictures, because I feel like maybe this is not necessarily the space. It's not necessarily necessary to show that here again. Also, I don't really know how YouTube feels about it, that aside. But there's been, like, this one picture of injured children, and under a huge headline claiming Hamas attacks injuring children, etc., injuring people in Israel. But the children depicted are Palestinian children. Yes. Cassie says, I have quite a few Jewish and Muslim friends, and none of them luckily fell victim to the Twitter discourse. That is good. That is good. Same for me. Like, none of my friends are like, my friends are very smart and good people, you know. I'm gonna read you. This was in regards to the text message. Actually, let me give this a cursory glance. I could also read this from my computer because I have this thing on my computer. I could read this to you now or later because I have a friend and he's Palestinian. He lives here. And, you know, things have been pretty rough, obviously, for obvious reasons recently. And he's wrote me a message that I could read on stream. And I guess I could do that right now, perhaps, because he asked, like, do you want any Palestinian opinions for the stream? And I'm like, of course, I would love to have Palestinian opinions. He doesn't have time to come on, like, with his voice, but wrote a little thing, wrote a paragraph for me. I'm gonna read you the paragraph. Just how it's written. He says, an argument I found being very helpful in the last few days is the following. I feel like the most important thing to make the Western public understand is that Palestinians are humans. It sounds so basic, but I think it's true. Yeah, very much so. They've been dehumanized and reduced to just those Hamas. People don't, on German television, it's insane. People don't talk about Palestinians. They talk about Hamas only, as though you know, like we said before. He goes on, Palestinians don't have a problem being asked over and over to condemn Hamas because they think Israel's civilians dying is a good thing. They have a problem with that question because Israelis are never asked to condone the killing of, condemn or condone the killing of Palestinians. Yeah, obviously. Like, if you go out, I mean, you know, I'm just trying to, like, I'm agreeing is what I'm saying. Like, if you go out on a protest, that's by the way illegal here because, of course, trying to advocate for the freedom of your fucking people in a place where they're being genocided. Obviously, you don't want to be bombarded with, yeah, but Hamas, you have to agree, Hamas was bad though. Yeah, yes, obviously. But right now, thousands of Palestinians are dying. The whole fucking Gaza Strip is being flattened. Billy says there's an ATV show on Netflix about this kind of, I can't recall the name, I've watched it a few times ago. It was from an Israeli point of view, and not being that aware at the time, I felt like I've been gaslit. Yeah, 100%. That's what propaganda does. It's misinformation on a big scale. By the way, he continues. There's one more bullet point. He says, Palestinians aren't mad that people find it wrong and mourn that Israeli lives got killed, Israeli civilians got killed. We are mad because in the same breath, Palestinians aren't mourned, because somehow an Israeli is worth mourning and a Palestinian isn't. It shows so terribly clearly that Palestinian lives are valued less than Israelis. 1,000,000%. This is, yes, I'm very glad that he wrote it out like that. Yes, I agree with all of this, because that is literally the truth of the matter. I don't know what to say. Like, it's at this point where words simply fail. Like, it's something that's like so obvious to, I feel like it should be so obvious to anybody who has like normal understanding of the fucking world, you know? And seeing so many people just turn a blind eye to all of this, you don't know what to say to that, because like you can only say, hey, Palestinians are humans so much. If it doesn't get through their fucking skulls, you don't, like, what are you gonna figure out to say to them in order to change their minds? Like, you can show them the pictures and some of them will still cheer it on. Like, you're gonna begin to be like baffled about it, obviously, because it's because the Palestinians are dehumanized. The whole stuff about being backwards Muslims, migrants in Europe, just added to that 100%. It's like, yeah, yes. Evan says, I've seen Jewish people growing up in Jewish schools, how much they've been brainwashed by Israeli government people coming in school, making them hate Palestinians. It's so evil. 100%, that too. Like the Israeli government the Zionists do a great job making sure that people like Israel a lot. Like the whole, what's it called? Is it heritage trip or something like that? The whole thing where they offer free trips for Jewish people anywhere around the world to Israel, where they make sure that these like young people have a great time and get to hang out with the cutest IDF soldiers that they have. You know, obviously, hugs, hope, and solidarity. Honestly, yes. Warren says, just like before with U.S. intervention in the Middle East, oh no, American soldiers are dying. Meanwhile, the millions of Middle Eastern people, yeah. Yes, it's called that. It's like a heritage trip thing. They're trying to make Israel seem like the promised land. That is, you know, like a perfect place. And also in the public, in the media, everywhere, it's just being equated. Being pro-Palestine in Germany, we're gonna get to that, we're not there yet. Being pro-Palestine in Germany is somehow equated with anti-Semitism, which is insane. It is insane. How can you make this equation? It is not at all the fucking same thing. Jesus. Yeah, it's discrimination. It's racism. It's a lot of things that are wrong in the world. Euler says we are so incredibly disconnected from each other. So many things, often deliberately discouraging viewing other people as actual humans. It's disgusting. Yes. Seppo says, in my opinion, Israel didn't do much. Actually, politicians are just too scared to look like anti-Semites. I think in Germany, that's a big part of it. I think Israel is doing, like, especially with those trips and stuff, I think they are doing something for sure. But, like, it also kind of does itself, especially with Germany. Because I think that's probably what it roots back to, is that Germany is very afraid of looking anti-Semitic, even though, hello, newsflash, anti-Semitism actually is on the rise. And it is a real problem, because we gotta keep that in mind too. Like, we don't want to open the doors for anti-Semitism in this conversation. That is not at all the point of this, obviously. Everybody knows and understands that. But the German people, I guess, and the German government is so afraid of seeming anti-Semitic in this conflict that they're just the full opposite, which I don't understand. Yeah, Kyle did a 40-minute breakdown of the conflict. Highly recommend you watch it. There's some level-headed and amazing conversation in this. Of this, you'll see in a long time. There's always the little heart that covers the last word, and I have to guess what it says. It's always a little hard. Yes, there are a lot of people have been talking about it in the online spaces, and especially from English-speaking coverage, like Vosh, Hassan too, that I've seen. I've seen some very level-headed takes and some like intelligent coverage, but from the Germans, not a single one, I think. I'm still waiting. Honestly, I'm praying that the German leftists that I follow just like don't talk about it, because like I feel the chances are so slow that they're gonna have a take that's not absolutely brain dead about it. It's sad. It's sad. Yeah, this is an example of propaganda that is just baffling, because it's absolutely simply the opposite of what actually happened. It's so crazy to me how much fascist propaganda just relies on telling everyone that the exact opposite of reality is actually happening to you. This comic strip depicting Hamas attacks, and then Israel defends itself. And the news apparently report only Israel attacked Gaza today, which is 1,000,000% the opposite of what just happened. It is a literal inverse. Does anybody believe this? Does anybody believe this? Do people just not know? I do not understand. I'm not ever gonna understand, honestly. Yeah, the arresting Jewish people we'll get to, I think, in the German section. The fucking German section, bro. Yes, they do. There's always people who do believe. It's fucking sad. I believed that for quite some time. It's so, from a perspective when you know, it's wild, but there is a large number who do believe. There isn't even a large number of German leftists on YouTube, is there? I don't use Twitter at all, so YouTube's the only thing where I would see them. There's not, like, too many. I would consider Rezo one, but other than that, and der dunkle Parabelritter is also one. Those two come to mind. And I don't think either of them have said anything about this yet, but, you know, I don't follow them too closely, so I don't know. Vosh retweeted this because chilling words from the Israeli defense minister. As of now, no electricity, no food, no fuel for Gaza. As we know. Space frogs are leftists too, I suppose. Like, a lot of them are like chill leftists, but they don't really talk about politics like that in depth usually, I guess. Hamas will have stockpiles of food, fuel, and water. The average Gaza civilian, half of whom are children, probably will not. This is a horrific crime against 2 million innocents, completely indefensible. Yes, Vush mentioned. I agree. LeFloid is also left-leaning, but I don't watch him anymore. Yeah. A lot of them are just left-leaning, but don't really say anything about it. Parabelritter talked about it on his podcast. He has a good take on it, and in my opinion, good. Okay, I'm glad. Honestly, for a while on Twitter, I believe that not a single German person, except for myself and my friends, are able to have like a good take on the situation, and I was feeling like I was going insane. I'm worried about the future the more I get into politics. I understand this feeling, but we gotta try not to drift into doomer-pilled perspectives. I understand very much how appealing it is to just kind of feel sad and kind of give up, at least internally, mentally, but you cannot give up because, you know, something Disco Elysium quote, in the darkest night shouldn't the stars still shine, or something, you know. Celebrities have been bad also, but I was gonna say, but who cares? But actually, celebrities make up influencers are influential people who have a huge following on their respective social medias, and people do listen to them. Like, young people would rather see like a post from whoever this dude was than like, I don't know, news channel XYZ. So actually, maybe we should care about what the celebrities had to say, because a large majority of them had absolutely horrible takes and just stood in support with Israel without knowing anything. Yeah, they can make people's opinion shift. Like, Noah Schnapp shares statement on Israel and Palestine. You either stand with Israel or you stand with terrorism. What the shut your stupid fucking mouth. It shouldn't be a difficult choice. Shame on you. Shut the fuck up, okay? Caliban says, I feel like in my circle of friends and the creators I follow, everyone has the correct take on it, so that's nice for me at least. Doesn't help anyone in Gaza though. Yeah, that's of course another thing. Like, you can be outraged at the reaction of like your influencers that you watch all you want, but that might not matter that much in the long run. Now, the people whose take I would like to see shift is the government, who could send aid. Those are the main people that I would love to see a little shift in their minds in. But public perception is important too. He posted a lot. He's Jewish as well. So I guess that's why he felt emboldened to post this much. I don't know. I'm not a doomer. Just started uni. I just need to keep hope until I can change things. There you go. Let's go, Zerera. Yes. If you're feeling nihilistic about the conflict, consider this. No matter what, the number one issue we need to deal with remains the climate crisis. I don't know if that's actually uplifting, to be honest. I feel like I don't think anything about the climate crisis is uplifting in any way whatsoever. Yeah, this person from whom I got the tweet from is saying there's a special place in hell for these manipulative celebrities who sit in their luxury mansions and spout paragraph upon paragraph of misinformation, lies, and flat-out racism to their millions of followers that will believe it all and pass it on to the next airheaded person. Basically, people who have big voices need to use them a little bit more responsibly, and I'm sure this guy thought he was using his voice responsibly, since a lot of people agree with him on his takes, his pro-Israel takes. It turns out, not that great. Oh, hello, thank you, Angel. Hans is gonna perk up in a second. Baerbock has had to defend the financial help for Palestine in an interview and had to argue that the money doesn't finance Hamas. The situation for left-leaning politics is extremely difficult at the moment. Yep. I did Who's That Gamer? We covered it before this one. Is our guy gonna wake up and read the super chat or no? He should like show up at some point. I did. Zecke covered it. The only celebrity that I follow that even talks about politics is Serge Tankian, and I don't think he said anything about it yet. A lot of people have said a lot of things about this. The only person I remember being pro-Palestine from like the celebrity point of view was Gigi Hadid, for obvious reasons, being, you know, at least half Palestinian. So yeah. Germany's is Hans going to read the super chat? I will read this super chat if Hans is not going to read the super chat. Angel Tail says maybe later. Is that Sensei? It could be Sensei. Could offer. Oh, thank you.
Maybe later, Zecke could offer suggestions on.
There he goes. Super chat time, not enough. Suggestions on what people could do. Yes, it's at the very bottom. We are going to get to things that are actually actionable about the situation. Oh, it's senpai. Okay. Mino read. The Mino read kanji, actually. So, the German reaction has been bad. I mean, I've already told you that. Let's actually start with that one. I think I've done them in the other order. This fucking image is going to stir emotions in some of you, perhaps. It did in me. This one reads, Antifa means solidarity with Israel. Now, I used to be good in math in high school, so I will do the math on this one real quick. 1 + 1 = 2. This doesn't really match up with me. This doesn't really match up with me. So I had to unfollow this account because I used to follow them. They were posting good shit, but apparently not anymore. Who the fuck did this? Legitimately. Like, Antifa colors are black and red for a reason. Don't, like, get this out of here. This also has much less likes than their usual posts do. Look at they have 22,000 followers. They're followed by a lot of German leftist accounts. They're followed by at least 8 people that I follow. Disavow hard. Yeah, like, no. Actually, Antifa is not solidarity with a literal fascist state. What kind of brainworms do you fucking have? And this is still up. This was posted on October 8th. This is still up. They didn't rescind this. They didn't go back on it. This is just here. Like, a lot of other posts have been deleted, but this is just here. I like that there's you know, people saying, hey, actually no, in the comment section of this, which, you know, thank God, that gives me some hope for the community. But what the fuck? I followed these people. I thought they were fine. Gas leaks everywhere. It's baffling. You know, people are like, no, actually, no. And some people are saying, yes, of course. But isn't, like, Antifa supporting Israel? What the fuck is wrong with your brain, dude? Like, how do you even get to this fucking conclusion? That's just like a personal L for me, because I used to follow that account and I thought they were, like, good and based and whatever, but apparently not. But there's worse things happening. It's getting worse. Conner Island, like Konnewitz, big left event location in Leipzig associated with Antifa, had good take solidarizing with Palestinian people and the victims of the Hamas attacks. Decentralized nature of Antifa groups just means some real whack jobs in there too. Yeah, like, yes, of course. Don't be too distraught. It doesn't mean that, you know, every Antifa group that you have in your city or whatever is gonna be pro-Israel. It's just whoever runs that fucking Twitter account. But still, it shocked me quite a bit, but I'm glad to hear that. Our local Antifa has not said anything about it yet. I'm at least not on Instagram, which is their main, like, outlet. Yeah. They have not said a single thing about it, and honestly, I prefer that as opposed to what we just saw. So we'll see. So we will see. Yeah, they don't go directly in the way of thinking Antifa equals, like, help Jews at all costs. They're just, like, they know they've been against, you know, in our country, they've been against the Nazis who obviously are working, you know, against the Jews. That sounds so weird. I'm phrasing this really bad. I'm sorry. For a long time. So they're just used to defending Jewish people and seeing anti-Semitism and trying to fight against anti-Semitism, but apparently they started seeing anti-Semitism in places where it isn't. That is kind of the problem. Yeah, their way of thinking. Yes. It's bad. Yeah, also this is worse, by the way. This is much worse. This tweet is saying, anyone who does not accept our basic system of values in the basic law, in the Grundgesetz, and, you know, like our constitution, cannot become German. Anti-Semitic or inhumane crimes will be a hard reason for exclusion from naturalization. From like integration into the country, right? This is what the new nationality law provides. Anti-Semites are not allowed to have a German pass. And it's like, how do you define anti-Semites? You posted this now. You posted this currently, right? And I've seen more about this, but I haven't seen it on Twitter. I've seen it on television, so I don't have the sources for this here. Like, if they were going against actual anti-Semites, like this funny little tweet, points out, then I would be much more on board. But with the timing at hand, I have a feeling they're talking about something a little bit different. The definition needs to be real tight for this one, and I don't think it is. This guy is saying, oh, so Hubert Aiwanger, who is a Nazi, is supposed to be excommunicated now? Expatriated. I've never heard that word. Deported out of the country. Remove his German citizenship? No, it seems like it's not for, people born in Germany. Probably. Anti-Semitic migrants, get the hell out of here. Anti-Semitic German, AF nationals, you're fine, buddy. Exactly. Is it normal Zecke's stream is not appearing in my watch history? I don't know. I don't know what watch history is like when you're watching a stream currently. Actually, like 100% I don't know. I feel like I've heard more about this specific law, but I don't know if they would have posted... They have the flag up here too. I don't know if they would have posted more about it, or nope, that's the last post about this, and there's not more. Because I've seen on television there were a few more bullet points on that. Do you think I could Google that in a way that's meaningful? Probably not, honestly. Probably not. It's not in the comments of this either, which is too bad. Like, the idea of fighting anti-Semitism is great, but the way that they're going about it doesn't seem so great after all, especially when it's only for anti-Semitic foreigners or anti-Semitic immigrants and not for anti-Semitic Germans. Germany being anti-Semitic and racist both at the same time. What a classic move. Amazing classic move for the Germans. We had this book fair incident as well. Like, it's mounting over here in Germany. Frankfurt Book Fair cancels award ceremony for Palestinian author. Organizers cited the Israel-Hamas was the reason for stepping back from honoring a novel about the 1949 murder of a Palestinian girl by Israeli soldiers. Amazing, just the stuff that you want to see. A minor detail, that's the name of the work, by Adenia Shibli, is one of the most sensitive and acute literary contributions I have read on the Nakba so far. Emotions running high is no justification for canceling Palestinian or denying Palestinian history. Also, it's racist. Shame on you for this book fair. Absolutely. Like, it's just mounting. There's so much craziness in this fucking country right now. Oh, a French museum also took out their Palestine exhibition in response, I believe. It's happening all over Europe and the fucking United States too. Jesus. Expatriate. Verb. Expelled from a country. Huh. Or move from your country, your own country. Is a neutral meaning. I see. I've never heard that word used before. Thank you for the definition. So this is still happening. Going great. Germany is doing well. That's like when people cancel playing music by Russian composers after the invasion. Like, similar, but like that would be as though they canceled Ukrainian music after the invasion. Yeah, there's a lot of like, oh, I heard that too. I think that was in America, right? You know, more crimes against Muslims as well, and like rising now as a response to the conflicts. God. The Justice Dems in U.S. Congress are already being attacked for calling for a ceasefire. It's fucking insane. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just at a loss for words for 90% of this. Cause what is a person supposed to say about that? Like, we've gone through this. I understand. Wait, let me pause you for a second. I just want to pause you. I hate Twitter videos so much. Like, I understand where it's coming from. It's the intense fear, like, to be considered anti-Semitic, as well as probably some financial ties to the country, like, whatever, political ties to the country between our government and their government, the country being Israel. That's like the reasoning behind this. But how can that weigh heavier than the obvious truth of the matter? I don't understand. Speaking of the politics in Europe, I'm honestly mostly concerned what this will mean for migrants. Again, especially in regards to this one post that I showed you earlier. I'm also very concerned. Like, this sounds like they're just going to take people who are already in the country and have been for a long time, but you know how it is. Immigrating to Germany is not that easy. So, you know, the process might not be complete, or it's like tenuous in some sort of way, because oftentimes it's tenuous for a fucking long ass time, much longer than it would need to be, because it doesn't need to be tenuous at all, in my opinion. So I also fear that people who are just living in Germany for years, but have come from Syria, for instance, and maybe have come from Palestine to Syria to Germany, or some sort of variant of that sort of past, who then voice publicly that they are pro-Palestine, which is their fucking heritage, that they will then be deported from the fucking country for voicing that opinion, which is absolutely not an anti-Semitic belief. That is like my fear when I read what we've just seen in regards to the anti-Semitic, in quotation marks, thing that was posted to Twitter. I just meant in a sense of overbearing cancellation. Yeah. I understand. Governments put their mouths where their money is. They don't care for the rest. Yep, once again, oh my god, we're back at fucking capitalism. Shocker. AfD and other shit parties like that didn't already gain enough lately. This is gonna give them a lot more ground to stand on. I think so too. They can profit off of this. This is another post from this guy, journalist, writer, whatever. Currently, Germany criminalizes any Jew, Palestinian, or Israeli who speaks out against Israeli apartheid and the killing of innocent civilians in Gaza. It's time to stop this type of Botox McCarthyism. I'm so utterly ashamed to be a citizen of this country, and shows a video. She holds a sign saying, as Jewish and as Israeli, stop the genocide in Gaza, which I'll get to some more positive news about this, of a lot of Jewish people in New York City, for instance, protesting. Some of those protests were also shut down, but they were still happening, and there was a lot of people there, and it shows that, you know, Palestinians are not alone. There's a lot of people around the globe who see what is happening and who do not want to turn a blind eye to it. So she's walking around with the sign, and within seconds, the Berlin police approach her, demand her to take the sign down. Knowing her democratic rights, she refuses. Where can I do this? This is allowed. A demonstration would be 2 people. She's just 1 person. Shortly afterwards, she was arrested. Says this video. Since the beginning of the war in Gaza, the Berlin police banned voices condemning the killing of civilians, unless these civilians are Jews. Yeah. Speaks volumes, huh? In France, a Muslim woman has been arrested for saying hello in Arabic to her garage owner, also Arabic, because the neighbor freaked out and called the cops. Bro, like, can we just try again, maybe? Like, you know, humanity, could we try again? There's a lot of good here. We have a lot of good stuff that we're working with, but like, God, I can't with this shit. Here in Kangaroo Land, PM has spoken in favor of Israel, yet in an irony with the voice vote. Oh yeah, with the voice vote that recently happened, he says he will continue working so that indigenous people have a voice. Yeah, the voice vote was also not great. You want a great no? Stop, Seppo, stop, cease. Cease. The voice vote in Australia was another pretty fucked thing, honestly. France is overextending the Islamophobia recently. They're the champions anyway, right? They're the big champions on that. So they're doing more of it. This is the kind of stuff that happened after 9/11. So I've heard. Like I was like, when did that happen in 2000? I was not very old at the time. I always forget what year it was. Was it 2000 or 2002? It's one of the two. I'm sorry, I forget numbers. I was not very old, and I was not in America, so I don't remember what post 9/11 America was like. But I've heard oftentimes that it was, you know, extremely Islamophobic, and apparently we're hurtling in that direction again. So great. 2001, bro. See, I was right in the middle. Right in the middle. 2001, thank you. See, like, if you take the medium of my guesses, there you go. I remember the dancing Israel thing that happened after 9/11. I don't know what you're referring to, but I remember hearing about a variety of things that happened after 9/11, yes. So but there's not only bad, there's mostly bad. In regards to the situation, things are not good, obviously. Duh, big shocker. Like, we know this. But we've also seen an outpouring of support for the Palestinian people from, streamers, as well as people going out on the street, and I would like to showcase some of that. I personally, now I know not everybody shares this opinion, but personally I found it quite moving when Hassan went onto it's his podcast. Hassan talked about
in the way
the funeral of a journalist that was supposed to be happening in Palestine, in Gaza, and he got emotional about the subject matter, and I found that quite moving. I feel like his coverage in the past week has been quite good and has endeared me towards him as a person a little bit more again, you know, after some bad takes earlier this month or last month or something.
And there is no symmetry in the way that this is covered in the Western media, and that is by design. They refuse to show Palestinians as humans, and they have very successfully been able to dehumanize them. There are voices out there. There are voices in Israel. There are voices out there who see it, who see the brutality, who see the endless humiliation that Palestinian people have endured. And I stand with them, and I don't care. I will always stand with them, even if there is a moment of violent retaliation, okay? They have nothing. They have no allies. They have nothing in the world. And people celebrate their destruction. It's happening right in front of our eyes. There's nothing. There's no equivalent. It is so horrifying.
Yes.
And there is no symmetry.
Yes. Once again, just playing a clip in order to say yes. Not how I usually do things, but I feel like in this situation it's kind of appropriate. It is about the journalist, it's about the funeral of the journalist that was disrupted by Israeli soldiers. Yes, it's exactly about that situation. I feel like Hassan's coverage about Palestine has been pretty consistently good from what I've seen. Now, again, I wasn't like watching all of the streams or anything, but, you know, in all of the instances that I've seen him talk about Palestine, I thought it was pretty good. It's a good and true Hassan take, and I think it's fine to get emotional about these sorts of things 100%. Like, I'm not the type, like, that wouldn't, like, easily happen to me, not just because, you know, of who I am, I guess, but I understand 100% why talking about something like this, like, you can't just, not everybody can just always sit there and be stone-faced and, or yell, or whatever you're usually doing when you're covering politics, you know. Good Hassan take. It's refreshing, right? It's refreshing. I agree. I've also seen an outpouring from Jewish support. Jewish Voice for Peace, New York City. I've seen them a bunch. Now, look, hundreds were here. Hundreds were arrested, blockading Sen Schumer's street, including high-profile public officials, rabbis, politicians, scholars, and descendants of Holocaust survivors. Intense, insane, by the way, to do something like that. Ages 20 to 80. We demand an end to the genocide of Palestinians in Gaza. Never again is today. Also saw another tweet saying, so never again, huh? Never again, huh? What about that, huh? There's a French Jewish Association that's also supporting Palestine. Like, there's a lot of them. Hence why it's so fucking dumb to assume that if you're pro-Palestine, you're anti-Semitic. That is just a false equivalency that people have, like, that has been made up in order to discredit the pro-Palestine like movement. Jews say stop genocide against Palestinians. Obvious. Yes, obviously. I'm very glad to see this sort of stuff, you know? Like, this just proves what we're saying, basically, right? Like, we are not alone. People are very dumb, but we are not alone. Ben Shapiro and Kyle Kulinski exchanged blows over this on Twitter 5 years ago, as far as I remember. And yep, I can see that. There's more support from Palestine. This is a little video of, I think it's the same group, if I remember. Massive crowd of Jewish New Yorkers assembled to refuse US-backed Israeli attacks on Gaza. Not in our name, no. Might be a different group, actually.
Million people live, almost half of whom are children. They are now without food and water and electricity and fuel, and they are being bombed. They are being rained down on with white phosphorus. They are trapped. This is genocide.
It is. Like, these are fucking war crimes that are happening in Gaza. And apparently all of our fucking media is just ignoring it.
This is genocide. As Jewish New Yorkers, we are here to say, not in our names.
I can just imagine how horrible it has to feel if something as horrible as that is being done in your name, you know? Unimaginable as well. Look at how many people are there. Like, that's pretty moving. The Israeli government is collecting Geneva Convention infractions like it's fucking Pokemon. You'd think you would see. You'd think you would see. You'd think you would see. Yeah, like Armenia, that's also something that I've heard way less about. There's conflicts all around the world that are covered way less than they should be. Like, always. It's constantly. Good speech, the dudes, both emotional and factual. Like, it hits hard. It's very powerful. I agree. A very powerful speech. Also, like, I've seen the argument made by weird white leftists ? I'm not so sure. Probably. About LGBT issues, you know, weaponizing LGBT issues. This was brought to my attention by my friend, pointing at you in chat. Kind of with one of the tweets that you shared. they were weaponizing LGBT issues as in, oh, if you were queer in Palestine, in Gaza, you would have a worse time than if you were queer in Israel. First of all, Israel doesn't have legalized gay marriage yet either. And second of all, are we really going to judge whether a group of people is allowed to live, to exist on the planet on how progressive their like overall government is? Is that really the metric that we're going to be judging them by? Is that really the metric? Also, this was the tweet that I was sent. Who criminalized homosexuality in Palestine? Gaza, however, still follows the British mandate criminal code ordinance number. Oh, sounds like there's some origins coming somewhere from Britain. Odd, peculiar. Like, in this situation, who gives a fuck? Like, stop inserting yourself into this. You should not judge whether or not a people deserve to be genocided based on how progressive they are. It's always the British. Sounds normal. Sounds like a pretty obvious take, but once again, leftists using horrible situations for petty bullshit. Wouldn't be the first time, won't ever be the last. Absolute, insanity all around. Sure, but why would, like, it was just mentioned to, like, insert themselves in there. There's no relation to it. Like, you're absolutely something that had no need to be brought up. Talking about Britain, but in a more positive light, this was a nice picture that I came across as well. Huge pro-Palestine protest here, led by Jeremy Corbyn. Well, he spoke there anyway. We cannot stand by as Gaza is decimated. Today we gathered in our thousands to mourn the loss of innocent lives, Israeli and Palestinian. God, I have to cough. Wait a second. Oi, lads. Oi, lads. We will keep marching until our political leaders wake up. Ending the occupation is the only way to achieve a just and lasting peace. Yes. Again, I'm just trying to show you, a little bit of positivity in all this fucking drudgery of sadness. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you. It was just a cough, but I feel blessed anyway. And now, thanks to Angel Tail in chat, I'm also going to be shouting out a couple of fundraisers and sending you links in chat. Of course, I also thought about if it would make sense to do like a fundraiser thing for myself, but I feel like I'm such a tiny channel that it makes more sense to use this voice to boost other fundraisers that are also happening at the same time. So you have a variety to choose from to send some support to. Rare good moment in Britain? Yes. Evan also says it's people trying to make people look disingenuous in their views, even though it's not linked. Like, yeah, I couldn't marry there. It doesn't mean innocent people should suffer a genocide. Exactly. Yes, exactly. It's like, oh, but don't you believe in LGBT rights? How could you then say free Palestine? Which means nothing and is gibberish talk, but they will pretend it means something. So, Angel Tail has shared. I will shout these all out and link them all in chat. Solidarity with Bunny here. Bunny Heart had posted, oh, I'm so sleepy, Cozina. And also, we're raising funds for medical aid for Palestine. This is a smaller streamer as well, I think. And I'm glad to see other VTubers also doing something for Palestine and speaking up about it. Imagine if fucking, like, I don't know, Gura made a fundraiser for Palestine. I think that would be very cool. She has a large audience. Come on, let's do it. Makes me want to say too, not in our names. Not in our names for that as well. Yeah.
Might have noticed that there is a Tiltify window here today, starting today and for probably the next week. I'm raising funds for medical aid for Palestine. They're an amazing organization that provides direct medical aid to folks in need and who are currently in urgent need of our support. You can donate there if you would like to.
Yeah, corpos won't do shit associated with politics.
You might have noticed that there is a
I know. It's an absolute pipe dream, but one can hope. So I'll give you this link. If you want to support like a smaller creator trying to get to a goal, You have ways to do that here. Are there any German fundraisers though? I have not seen any yet, to be fair. Also haven't gone looking yet. Maybe I can go look until Friday if I can find some more that's like more, you know, local, I guess. I've just been lazy and taken what Angel has given me this fine morning. So of course we have the one medical aid for Palestine, you know, that's the thing we're fundraising for. Their website has been under a cyber attack since this afternoon. That was on the 12th, so a couple of days ago. It should be fine again. In an apparent attempt to prevent people from donating towards our medical relief efforts for Gaza. Can you believe that? I can, sadly. As a result, we are experiencing disruptions and the website may go offline, but you know, they're still fighting. There's also other websites that accept donation links, accept donations. Look, there's already almost, God, I can't say numbers well. There is 191,000 pounds, British pounds, that's more than euros, raised already on this website alone. So that's pretty nice. These are like credible ones. Credible sites to donate to. Cassie says, by the way, Labour's leadership is not very good in queer issues either. They may not be actively hostile like the Tories, but they won't do anything good under Starmer either. I've actually heard some of their takes and agreed with that. Yeah, I feel like there are no sides that are truly pro-queer in the UK. UK truly also living in a nightmare situation right now. I mean, aren't we all? But to different degrees. So this is another link I can share to you. I'm piling links on you. You're getting all the links because the more, you know, the more choice, the merrier. You can decide one. There's a link to Hassan's fundraiser as well, of course, because Hassan is fundraising. I'm sure he's still at it. The link to donate directly. He is also fundraising via Tiltify, I suppose. I wanted to see like the total thing. Yeah, but I can't. I mean, this link will get you there. I saw it earlier, so I don't know why this is now further in fundraiser. Can I just go to your fundraiser? I just want to see. Yeah, because look at the amount that Hassan has raised, by the way. Almost 719,000, almost 720,000 US dollars raised for the Tiltify Impact Fund, and also some for the Justice Fund, Release Aging People in Prison Campaigns. See, different, but the Palestinian Medical Assistance is this one. So Evan says, my partner went to a pro-trans walk yesterday. Apparently there were lots of people and went very well in England, so that's a little reassuring. Oh, that's something I would be a little cautious of if I was in England, you know, but, you know, same in Germany. You always got to be a little bit cautious at all times, basically. But I'm glad it went well. Tiltify is a good platform. I've worked with them before too. Look at you! Let's go, Ronnie. We got the endorsement from Ronnie. If you have any fundraisers, you can't post them in chat because links get auto deleted by YouTube, but you can send them via Discord as well. All fundraisers my way, if you know of any. There's another is this a VTuber? No, this is a streamer. There's another streamer. Oh, for Palestine too, sadly. Oh man. Mina, this person has raised a lot of money as well via, do we have a link here too, or is this just, you know, or did I just add this in here to be like, look, money is being raised, people do care, there's hope in the world. It doesn't seem, you know, it doesn't seem very hopeful all the time. I understand how you could become very, you know, doomer pilled is a word to describe it, I guess, but there's good in the world, and I want to show you that. They did a charity live stream for Palestine. I'm bad at saying words. Thank you guys for the total donos and support today. Glad we got to make a change together. $1,355 were donated successfully. I don't know if we have a link here as well. I don't think we have a link anymore, but we have 3 links in chat. You know, pick your favorite, pick your poison, pick a link if you have the means, of course. I know not everybody has the means to donate, but you know, I think already talking about it, talking to your friends and family too, because a couple days ago, before I even left for France, my mom asked me, so Israel Palestine, what's that all about, you know? Because she heard about it on the news. And I explained to her, you know, what that was all about. So I think even if you can do something like informing your friends and family about what's actually going on, especially if they are living in, I don't know, Germany, perhaps, where they might be fed, like, misinformation on TV a lot. It can be helpful. It can be helpful. Let's go translikes in chat. Very cute. Show some good translikes in chat. Love to see it. Especially, yeah, my mom also told me about a couple days ago, in the television program that she usually watches, they featured a crying Israeli mother, I think, for a very long interview, who was saying things that were frankly quite unnerving, like constantly repeating, we must win against them. A very, like, we Israel mentality was being displayed by that person on television, so much so that even the reporter who was asking her questions was taken aback a little by the fervor that this person displayed. So even when they tried to do pro-Israel, the state of Israel coverage, it seemed to not go that well. Oh, and a cry. Don't cry. Cry cause happy only. Maybe a little bit. You can cry sometimes if you want to. If you want to cry a little bit, you can cry a little bit. If you can. Yeah, but my mom is well informed. My mom is well informed thanks to me. My mom is very progressive. As much as, you know, like, of course, my mom is pretty old. Maybe that's not an of course, but like I'm 24, so yeah, my mom has gotta be a little bit older. So, you know, I think for her age, she's very progressive. We stand tick mom. Let's go. I came for the yogurts and now I get trans flags. Welcome. Welcome to the community. It do be like that. It do be like that here sometimes. So with that, we've wrapped up for our coverage for today, and I would like to say thank you all very much for listening and welcoming me back as well. Sorry for leaving and causing this all to happen. No, I'm kidding, of course. Shouldn't kid too much, but you know what I mean. Cassie says some leftists have argued that the protest bans would not have been allowed to happen if there was a bit more gun rights in Western Europe. What are your thoughts on that? I don't think that would have much relation to that. I couldn't imagine it anyway. I couldn't imagine that. Yeah, time flew by. We're through our talking points. It's 3. I want to distract myself from the Palestine-Israel conflict a little bit, as I've been doing with these guys. I'm just looking at these guys because tonight there's a huge event and I'm looking forward to that. I feel like even with more gun rights it wouldn't have mattered because at the end of the day, the government always has the biggest guns. So what they say, you know, happens. Hi, Zecke, by the way. Hello. Is it true that French people have a bad attitude? All the ones I saw were very lovely. Actually, okay, wait. Before I go, let's bring a little bit of levity back into this. When I was in France, I was waiting in a bank because my friend...
Welcome back, Tick.
Thank you, Joestar. Thank you. Very sweet, because my friend Evan had a appointment at the bank, so I was waiting in the bank, and somebody approached me. Oof, I was alone for a bit because, you know, he was having the appointment. I'm not gonna sit in on that. I wouldn't understand anything, and, you know, it's confidential. Oh, the bank, pretty bank, by the way. Somebody approached me who was working there and was like, Mademoiselle, I think. Did he say mademoiselle or madame? Probably mademoiselle. I don't remember. Do you have an appointment? I can't repeat it in French, but I understood it, you know? Because, like, that's what happens when you're okay, when you know a bit of a language. You, like, remember the details in English because you can't repeat the sentence very well. So he was like, do you have an appointment? Are you waiting? I'm like, no! J'attends mon ami, something like that. And he was like, okay, and smiled at me and walked away. And I was like, I was sweating bullets. That was the most stressful 5 seconds of my life, personally. So that's my trials and tribulations. I have a question. I hope you won't be too angry. Is there any someday you'll be on Twitch? Sorry if it's not a good question. Oh, not a problem. Not a problem at all. since I'm watching more people stream at Twitch, I'm kind of looking towards Twitch, you know? But so far, currently, there are no exact plans to move to Twitch. But I'm watching more Twitch streamers, so, you know, I'm eyeing the platform a little bit. It looks nice a bit. Trials and Tribulations is also an Ace Attorney game. Let's go. You did great. Thank you. Vous avez rendezvous. Rendezvous. Fluent in French. Yeah, of course, Caliban, you're fluent in French. So, yeah, that was a little anecdote that I wanted to share because that made me sweat. I'm like, no, they asked me something. Oh no, they couldn't tell I wasn't French and they asked me in French. But I could say something back. Didn't have to be like, sorry, mate. I don't know what you're talking about, brother. So that was, you know, good. But for the most part, I didn't talk to a lot of like French people who weren't Evan or his family. Zecke looks French confirmed. Apparently, French enough. I mean, what is a French look? Anyway. We can chit-chat some more tomorrow, too, when I have a more relaxed stream. It's gonna be karaoke time, and it'll be nice and fun. And I want to put a lot of French songs on the karaoke list because obvious reasons. Twitch would also function better if it was a co-op directly controlled by a council of streamers. Truly. Like, Twitch has a lot of problems. YouTube has problems, too. Everyone has problems. Twitch would let me play good music. That's a big plus, you know? And I could react to more videos because they don't fucking snipe me off the air like YouTube does. But, you know, we'll see. Zecke looks the most German ever. Excuse me? Excusez-moi? To good. Anyway. Edith Piaf. I don't know how to say her name, but yes. I know her songs. Anyway, I'm going to go now. And I'm gonna see you again tomorrow on YouTube for the foreseeable future. I will post more art soon too, Billy. I'll see you on Twitter. I'll see you on YouTube. I'll see you on all of my socials. I think that's the command. Twitch would be awesome, even sporadic in the future. True, you could do like both. You could do both. Also, there's lots of fun collab opportunities on Twitch as well. Yeah. So Solidarity, Antifa, Super Soldiers, networking arc. Hopefully one day, once I'm better at networking. Yeah, I have Tumblr in here for some reason, but you know they exist. Follow me, maybe. Do you post art too? I want to see your art. Maybe I'll follow you. Thank you very much. Au revoir, as Zecke would say, as a true French person. Au revoir. I will be screaming about the QSMP event, but probably just to Evan, not to you, later today. Bye-bye. Goodbye. I'm leaving now. This video is over now. You better have nothing else to watch, or just watch this video again. It was a good one. I'm glad to be back. I like streaming. See you all on Discord. Yes, you can go to Discord too. Somebody link that. Discord's fun. Come to Discord. I post art there too sometimes. Bye-bye.